don't do that. And I'm in the chat as Golden State Times International, so. Oh, all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got the best chat, the best tunes, the best mods, and the best in honest news. Be sure to like and subscribe and click that notification bell for updates, events, and alerts at Golden State Times. Trolls need not apply. This is a Golden State Times live stream.
Hello, folks. We'll be starting in just a few minutes. I'm just getting the last couple bugs out. How's everybody doing? I see Roosevelt on here, Dillinger, DM Daniel, Steelbelt Scream, Drag Shoot 86. What is on here? USA Man. How's it going, everyone? I'm just getting the last bugs out. Just give me a few seconds, and we'll start as soon as possible.
Yeah, that was loud. Yeah, that intro was pretty darn loud, man. We're gonna have to work on that one. Yeah. It's your channel, man. You get the first shot, man. So, let me give some shout outs. We got Cope, we got Coffee Girl, Dillinger 63, DM Daniel, Drag Shoot 86, the Golden State Times brothers, that's me and Jen, Heather Gray, Joy Stewart, Ken T, Ken Charger, Knight Rider, Nightbot, of course, always faithful, Phil Fernandez, Red Badger Whitson, Roosevelt, Stillbelt Scream, USA Man, and somebody else popped in here. Who else? DD. How you doing, DD? All right, we're good, man.
Okay.
That's the first few.
Yep. All right, how's it going, everyone? Let me just pause the music real quick. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Golden State Times Live. This is our 5th podcast. I'm here with my brother Gorf. How's it going, Gorf?
I'm here. Yeah, what's up, Doc?
We got a few articles here. We also got some an article that barely came out not that long ago, which is pretty crazy. You guys are going to it's gonna blow your mind, and it's a good thing. So don't worry, it's a very good thing. Something happened at the White House. The presser's gonna be a lot better now. Now that they're trimming the fat is what I'm trying to say, I guess.
Oh wait, dude, something's wrong with the video.
What's wrong with it?
Yeah, you had some long-haired freak up there. Okay, never mind. It's you now. Never mind.
The chat was going rogue. I mean, the stream was going rogue, huh?
Yeah. You got to keep them damn long hairs out, man.
Who else is on here? Let's give some more shout outs. Some people are coming in. Coffee Girl, what's going on? Cam T, Joyce Stewart. Who else is on here?
Marionette. We have Sultry Feathers. I like that. Rusty Nuts. What's up, brother Russ?
Oh man, I haven't seen Rusty in a long time. It says, "Hey, can we still burn witches at the stake?"
Well, you know, your mileage may vary, but I still think that's probably against the law. Carolyn Hall, baby. We got Carolyn Hall. We got Bog Guy or Dragon Clay. Remember, I am not responsible for butchering your name. I'm doing the best I can here. That's a disclaimer, yes.
We'll be starting in just a few minutes. We're just saying what's up to everybody. What's going on, Joshua? We got David Smith.
David Smith.
Are you from Canada, brother? Is that what he's saying? He's from Canada?
Oh, yeah. It wouldn't hurt just to put your location up if you want to shout out to your town. You don't have to, but if you so feel inclined, by all means. Now, I don't know if
San Diego in the house. Travis, how's it going?
Travis Tapley.
We'll be heading out to San Diego soon. As soon as they break ground on the wall, we'll be there to document it live. We'll make an awesome video out of it too. So,
Mark Camacho's in the house.
What's going on, Mark?
First time to the podcast. All right, Mark. Thank you
for joining us.
Marilyn Topes.
Just really quick, guys. You guys don't forget, we are so close, like so close to 50,000 subscribers. And like I said on the last podcast, I'm trying to take this thing off here. We're giving away hats. We got, geez, this thing is like really stuck on here. All right, here we go. We got two different kinds. We got Make America Great Again, which is the original, the one that everybody loves. And then we also got number 45. We'll be giving away some hats. Once we hit 50,000, everybody is going to be entered into it. So as soon as we hit those 50,000 subscribers, we're gonna be giving away those to 3 lucky community members. And we're giving more giveaways as we grow, 100,000, 150, 200,000, all that stuff. So every milestone that we hit, we're going to be giving away some cool stuff because just to show our appreciation for you guys for, sharing our streams, always heading out to the chats and interacting with us and letting us interact with you and basically being on your computer. So, we'll be giving away some hats, some coffee mugs. If you ordered a coffee mug, by the way, we actually reached a number for us to print. So we should be receiving those around March the 9th. You're going to receive an email from me around that time just to ask you what's the best address I can send them to you. So again, if you ordered a coffee mug, it should be on its way pretty soon. And thank you very much for helping us out with that. Pretty soon we'll be, putting up some shirts that are pretty awesome. I actually did some sneak peeks on it, on the last couple streams. And I think that you guys are going to like them. I should be receiving the prototypes of the beginning of them pretty soon. So I'll show them here at the podcast once they come in through the mail. And see if you guys are interested. But, that just helps the channel. It's a little thing that extra to help out the channel and also to put out our name out there and to give you guys some pretty cool gear. And I think I'm going to try to make it as as custom and as awesome as possible. I just don't want to put like the logo on a shirt and be like, here you go, it's this much. No, I wanna design it. I wanna put a little bit of flair into the shirts and into the gear of Golden State Times.
Make it nice.
Yeah, exactly. Make it nice. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. So stay tuned for that, and we'll start in just a few seconds and give some more shout outs.
Yeah, well, first of all, we got somebody from Israel. Keep in mind, I don't read Hebrew or whatever you got there. So if you can put your name in like an English version so I can actually shout you out there from Israel, it'd be easier on me. I do want to learn Hebrew, though, just for the biblical thing. But I got, who we got? We got Yurik Ruff, Jason Ramke from Utah. Let me see. We got Larry Brady, Jeff Kane from Kansas City. We have Tanner Hyde from Canada. Canada in the house.
How's it going? I heard you guys have a Canadian Trump out there getting pretty popular. That's awesome. I forgot what his name is, though.
We got Chris Magyar. What's going on, Chris? We got Harley Girl. We have, you said Mario Nat, but we'll say it. Elizabeth Barnett. How you doing, hon? Good to have you here. Chicken on biscuits.
Chicken on biscuits, huh? Jeez.
We got chillers. And right now it looks like that's what we got. But, hey, Sandra. We got Sandra. That's my girl right there. You be nice to her. I don't have a wrench in here, but I'll send my other wrenches after you. I got clout.
That's YouTube's fault. Don't blame it on me.
No, you can actually give me a wrench there if you wanted to.
That's awesome. Hey, how's it going, Sandra? How's it going? Welcome.
Big Hat Logan from Montana. Alfred Date. All right, did he give us the name? Okay. Nico Taylor from Israel. There we go.
Phil Fernandez, is that what that says? Phil Fernandez?
Yeah, we
Phil Fernandez. How's it going? Elizabeth, how's it going?
Why, thank you.
We got some pretty cool articles today. No, not bad.
Yeah, let's just hope I could read them without sounding like a dope. We got Mailing San Diego. No, thank you for your support. We're glad you're here. So, Jen, if you want to, we got Mark Robert, another Canuck. There we go. Now, he may not admit to it, but I think my big brother is actually in the chat room.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I told him to join us.
That's cool.
So,
if you are there, how's it going?
Yeah, the guy who looks like the Secret Service guy, that's Jen. So now you know who I'm doing work for. And Skull, and I'm not saying it. You got to do something about that name, man. We can't say that on the air. Well, we could, but we're not going to.
Who?
Skull.
All right.
Look.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, these folks and their names.
If you ever want to have a good laugh, always go to a YouTube chat room, and there's no comedy out in the world like there is on a YouTube chat room. I swear. Sometimes I'm like doing a stream, and I'm trying to figure everything out, make sure that the stream is going nice. But I just look at the chat room; it just cracks me up. I just laugh. It just is hilarious what people say on chat sometimes.
Yeah, but we're just, if you got a naughty name, we're not going to say it. We're trying to behave ourselves here. Trying. No promises.
All right. So I guess we should start before we end here at 2 a.m. So first, again, I am recording each one because we're going to upload it, during the weekend. We tried it last week and it went very well. We had a lot of feedback saying that it was really good. So we're going to continue doing that from now on. So you guys are going to hear, 5, 4, and then I'll go. It's just, my way of recording. And we'll try to do our best. And I hope that you guys bear with us. But here goes the first one. And we got one from Reince Preibus. So here we go. 5, 4. How's it going, everyone? Jen here, Golden State Times. And today we have a article by NBC News. And it says, Trump aide Reince Preibus asks FBI to knock down Russia stories. So here it is, and it says, White House Chief of Staff Reince Preibus asked a top FBI official to push back against news stories about contacts between Trump aides and Russians during the presidential campaign. Trump administration officials acknowledged Friday drawing accusations that Democrats of improper interferences into a pending investigation. White House officials dispute that Preibus didn't do anything wrong, and a senior law enforcement official said FBI officials also did not consider any lines to have been crossed. At issues, the reaction to a pair of stories on February the 14th, one in the New York Times and one on CNN, each said that the FBI was examining evidence of contacts between Trump aides and Russians during the campaign. The Times called them Russian intelligence officials, while CNN said constant contacts with senior Russian officials. Law enforcement and intelligence officials told NBC News at the time that there was indeed evidence of contacts between certain Trump aides and Russians, but the U.S. had not determined that any Russians were intelligence operatives. Some of them had links to the Kremlin, sources told NBC News. The FBI is continuing to examine the evidence as part of its investigation into a design in part to help Trump. Senate and House Intelligence Committees also are investigating. So this is one of those things that they just keep pushing the narrative that somehow the Trump administration has something to do with the Russians when they don't.
What if they do? What if they do? So what?
Yeah, but what they're trying to make it seem like is they have like a shady, they're having a shady contact with the Russians. But if they have contact with the Russians from a diplomatic standpoint, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
Right. Well, here's it. It doesn't matter what a Republican does. There's always something wrong with it. That's just what you're going to get from the left because they don't have ideas. And the best they can offer people is not give ideas themselves, but bash the other guy. And that's, this is how Obama won twice in a row. And he touted a bunch of crazy ideas that, like Obamacare, for instance.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, here, free healthcare. How'd that work for you?
I know, like Trump says, if we do have a good relationship with Russia and we're able to, to get together and bomb the hell out of ISIS, there is nothing wrong. There is no issue, right? Well, I think we should be, mutually, it should be mutually beneficial for both, right?
Right.
We can't be too nice to Russia, but at the same time, we should be okay.
What's a few bombs between friends,
Exactly. But yeah, guys, let us know what you guys think in the comment section below or on the chat. All right, recording's off. But yeah, this is ridiculous, and the Democrat, that's the only card that the Democrats can throw against Trump that they hope will stick. Because everything else is just, like they say, like it's Teflon Don, There's nothing, he's literally bulletproof when it comes to the Dems throwing stuff at them.
Yeah, well, nobody cares anymore because they've been found out for what they are. And, all they're doing is just digging their own hole deeper.
And not only that, like the Democrats right now are literally not only are they in denial, but they're also they're scrambling and they're scrambling and trying to figure out a way to go on top, and they can't. They've been canceling town halls because nobody wants to go to their town halls. They're getting like 5 people in there, so they're canceling them. They're not doing them anymore.
Yeah, like like Hillary rallies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because right now they're campaigning for 2018 already.
Yeah, and they're just going to lose pretty miserably if they keep going on the track they're going, because nobody's buying it. People have stopped just using their heart, and now they're using their brain along with their heart, because they realize you can't use one without the other and expect to be successful alive. In life, you have to have logic controlling the emotion, and sometimes you have to have the emotion controlling the logic, but that's very rare.
Yeah.
With the Democrats, that's all they do, is they try to just tear jerk you into believing what they believe, which they don't even believe. Now, sadly, some of them actually do believe it. You get your little Pocahontas like Liz Warren.
Yeah.
She probably actually believes this stuff. I mean, she thinks she's actually American Indian.
Oh my God, that's
what you gonna do?
Yeah, exactly. Who else do we got on here? David Smith.
Let's
Chillers,
see.
How's it going?
We got Chillers. We said we didn't say hello to Trippy Zircon. How you doing, Trippy? We also have. Let me scroll up here. I saw a few other people's. We got. We like to give shout outs, folks. We want you to know we appreciate it. We got Georgia Soros. That's a heck of a name to want to have.
Texas Democrat again. Hey, I banned that person on live stream. I think it was yesterday.
Oh, now is he?
I wonder if he came back as a different person. I mean, as another one.
Now y'all be on your best behavior here. We got Wyatt Earp, Roosevelt in the house.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who else we got here?
Grumpy Troll came in just.
All right,
right
Grumpy
now.
Troll. Oh, Grumpy Troll. We got Manny Garcia. How you doing, bro? Walter R. Buchanan.
Manny Garcia's on here. Where is he?
He's there.
Oh, awesome. I haven't seen you in a while, brother. How's it going?
I'm scrolling up, so if you don't see him, it's probably because we got Del Moro Design. I did say Walter R. Buchanan.
Del Moro Design is awesome. How's it going?
We're glad she's here. I'm assuming she by the avatar. You never know. We got Mark Robert. We have, we said Mario and Nat. I just want to make sure we got you folks. We don't, free thinking's here. I hope you think freely. It's not good to think in a cage. Let's see. I think that about handles it for now. Oh, Booger Dog. Booger Dog's here. Don't be putting no boogers on your dog, man. I like dogs. I'm a big fan of Santo Miano. I like that name, man. Santo Miano. Hey.
Hey, how's it going? Like the guy that was speaking at, when was it, today or yesterday at the what's it called, at CPAC?
Yeah.
It looked like from the Goodfellas.
Yo, how you doing? You got a problem with that? Yeah, I know all that.
He was from the Goonies, actually, but I don't know if he was in the Goodfellas.
Who knows? We got Archie Bunker in the house.
How's it going, Archie Bunker?
He's telling Edith to stifle right about now. Kendrick plays.
Stifle yourself.
Stifle, Edith. Go eat some cake.
That show is so awesome. You know, I recently I started watching that show on The Family, and it's so crazy that even though it took place in the, it was filmed in the 80s, it's settled in the 60s supposedly, but it's so close to what has been going on today. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's like if it's like, if it's like the 60s is right, what was, during the Obama years, and it's, it's just insane how close the Pinkos back in the day were to the Pinkos today.
Well, that was more like the late 70s, actually, which is really accurate to what it was like because I was alive, actually.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I've been around since...
you think the Pinkos are more insane before or now?
The Pinkos were pleasant in comparison.
Oh, really?
You could actually like those people.
Yeah.
It's really hard for like what you got nowadays. I mean, these people are destructive. The Pinkos, they sat on somebody's lawn and smoked some weed with some signs. I could live with that compared to what they're doing now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Burning buildings. We got who else? We got Raquel A.N. I'm going to say A.N. instead of Ann. I don't think it is that, but you tell me. I don't know. We saw somebody else in here.
All in the family was social conditioning, says Roosevelt.
Oh my God.
Social conditioning. Hey, I don't know. I didn't watch it live. I mean, when they were actually airing it, at the time, but.
Right.
Is the thing about it is that I just like it just shows the two sides is what I'm trying to say is when it comes for that show. It just shows the two sides of being too extreme on one end and too extreme on the other end.
Right, because you had what's her name, the daughter, Sally Struthers, the total hysterical liberal girl.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you have Edith trying to figure out what she is. She's like right in between, like she doesn't know what she is, but she's just like the nicest person in the world,
Poor woman's just trying to, make everybody get along.
I don't know. I think it's just like an all around just a show that makes you think, It's not really to make you to force you how to think in a certain way, but it just makes you think because.
They did. Believe me, I watched that series a number of times over, and believe me, they were very left-leaning. If you really watch it closely.
Absolutely. But what I'm trying to say is, they also made Meathead look like an idiot.
Yeah.
And like an extremist, So yeah, the show was a little bit left-leaning, but they still made. Meathead looked like an extremist a lot of times throughout the show. Well,
because Archie would put him in his place, which was great.
Yeah. But, what's his real name? Archie's real name?
Archie? Carol O'Connor.
Yeah, Carol O'Connor. He was extremely liberal, I heard.
He very probably was, and he probably played that part just picking on the other side. That's
trying to make it as extreme as possible.
Yeah, right? the exaggeration.
Yeah, the exaggeration. That's right.
We got JB Aspie in the house, which is our regular JB who keeps changing his name. We have he always adds something new at the end of his name. We got Tammy Donnelly. Nice to have you, Tammy.
Mark Roberts says, "I love Edith singing." Yeah, I know that was the best part of the intro. Everybody loved that.
Of course. And you know who you are, then. Oh, but you loved it. We got Chris Strobel. We have. Who else did we not say hello to? If we didn't say hello to, just keep waving. We'll catch you.
Whenever you're ready, I have everything up, ready to go. Of course.
So we got here the Bully Bush story.
Yeah, Bully Bush, Billy Bush, so Billy Beer.
I'm ready when you are, man.
All right. So 5, 4, okay.
Billy Bush and Donald Trump's locker room talk tape leaked by Today staffer, report says. Good evening and welcome. This is Gorf from the Golden State International, Golden State Times channel. We have a story here from Fox News Entertainment covering a little of the background about what happened with that leaked tape during the campaign in 2016. The tape was leaked by the NBC News division by somebody at the Today Show, says one source. NBC News knew for a while about the existence of the tape. Billy himself had told them about it. People in the news division became frustrated that Access Hollywood was taking too long to air it and decided it had to come out. And then it goes on to say that Access has been working on an airing sanitized version of the tape, which revealed Trump's comments, but protected Bush by editing out his. But the full tape, which was leaked by the Washington Post, featured Bush goading the president. Well, before he was the president. The leak got Bush fired from Today, which was, according to the source, part of the plan. Oh, the tangled webs they weave. So it goes on to say that, leaked tape served a dual purpose. They're trying to get rid of Bush and trying to take down Trump at the same time. And then when, Bush first came to Today, they didn't get along with the cast apparently because they thought he was too much of a frat boy. And that's kind of funny because everybody in the news media they act like a bunch of frat boys, you know, like, you know, you're one of the elite here. So he, you know, made a mistake with the Ryan Lachie story, so that didn't help him too, because, you know, Matt Lauer didn't like him and wasn't happy that Bush was being hailed as their heir apparent. Oh, the jealousy that goes on. Leaker is still at NBC, has not been disciplined, says the source who adds, there was no investigation, no internal witch hunt by NBC into who leaked the tape. It served their purposes. It's pretty slimy, man. So another Today insider insists the leak did not come from Today. It was leaked by somebody on the West Coast who hated Billy Bush and wanted to take him down. Others in NBC played down Lauer's role. Source said Billy and Matt had a great relationship. Matt had nothing to do with the tape. Lauer himself added, this story is complete fantasy, patently false. Yeah, coming from Lauer, I'm going to take that with a grain of salt. So if you like the story, please comment below. If you like the channel, click on that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you can look in the descriptions. You'll find some links there. You can donate if you so feel inclined. You can also buy our mug, great mug. Take a look at it. And if there's any other questions, just drop them in the comments below, and we'll definitely try to get to them. And this is Gorf signing out for Golden State Times. You guys have a great day.
Awesome. Yeah, that the leak was never to take down what's his name?
Billy Bush.
Billy Bush. It was never to take down Billy. It was always for Trump. They can't be bringing up that bull crap that, you know, it was for Billy Bush.
It wouldn't surprise me, you know, because these people have no problem stabbing each other in the back. You know, they're just not. Texan Jay, what's up, baby? But yeah, no, it wouldn't shock me. But let's be honest, this tape's sole purpose was to take, you know, Trump out. It wasn't really. They couldn't care because they could always just fire Billy Bush for whatever they want. They don't need
absolutely, yeah.
Why did they need a reason? They could just, you know, throw the same BS they always throw out there. Oh, well, we just didn't feel he was a good fit. Boom. You know, what are you going to do? Lie is going to lie.
Who else is on the chat here?
I think we got a few more folks. We got, wait a minute now. We got Ken Charger. I don't know if we said hello to Ken. We got Stillbelt Scream. I don't know if we said. I might go over you twice. It's just because I want to make sure I got you. I think that's about everybody right now. If we missed you, just say hello so we can say hello back. You know, while the program's not as popular as we'd like it to be, we'll try to say hello every time, but it's going to get more popular. You guys are going to go tell your friends, right? Right?
Well, let's see. Someone said something.
Billy Bush is a tranny. Well.
Ever wonder who gives the order to turn on their own like they did with Trump? I mean, really, who is the top? Gotta be Satan.
Yeah,
well, you know, I'm pretty sure it is. But, you know, they there's always people trying to take people down all the time. Not only in, you know, in politics and at jobs too. Like, well, I know a few coworkers in, you know, I was working in different places.
A few days ago, I called
so.
Right. Well, you got, you know, Matt Lauer, who's, you know, their butt boy over there. So they'll probably do whatever he asks because they know he's going to, you know, walk right in lockstep with whatever they want. So they're going to keep him around because, you know, he's basically their bitch, if I can say that. And I'm going to say that. We got Cries for Hawk in the house. We got Donald Burr. Lenny O.
Let me answer something real quick. The coffee mug for right now, it's we already met our quota basically. So after March the 9th, I'll be getting some more that I'm gonna be selling. So just in case you're interested, contact me, like direct message me or whatever, and I'll let you know how we can do that. But for now, the campaign is over. It was over the day before yesterday. We reached our quota. If you did actually order a coffee mug during the time that it was live, you'll be receiving it right after March the 9th. I'll be sending you guys an email and to ask you for the best address to send it to. Thank you very much for all the people that did actually buy it while the campaign was live. But again, after March the 9th, I'll be getting some more. I'll let you guys know at that time's podcast, just in case, if you guys are interested. But just wanted to answer that because someone asked about it on the chat.
Yeah, you got to find some better places that aren't so picky about how many mugs you make.
Yeah, I know. This is the first time I used them.
Right.
I heard about them through some other YouTubers. I just wanted to try it out and see how it was. I'm not 100% happy with them. But the coffee mugs are really good. They're really nice. And but yeah, so I'll be getting some more after March the 9th. So I'll let people know.
What are they? Ceramic?
Yeah.
Okay. See, we got to find ones where you could do like the the insulated cup where you have the lid on it, so it stays
like a tumbler.
Yeah.
Trust me, I already have some plans for some pretty cool gear coming soon. Tumblers is one thing that I was really interested in, but I have to find a way for it to be not too expensive for people, and because at some tumblers they want on my end they want a pretty high amount. So I don't want to put out a tumbler that was like $40, I want something to be like, sorry.
$40. Where have you ever paid $40 for a tumbler?
I know, it's ridiculous. So I'm going to try to find something that, can stay between the same amount as our coffee mug, so, it won't be too much.
And thank you very much, Carolyn Hall, for telling people. Everybody, please keep telling folks. We would love to have more folks come here and hang out with us, make it a big party, and just hang tough. We're going to try to get more mugs, t-shirts, I guess, too, eventually.
Yeah, definitely t-shirts and all that good stuff. Because I appreciate the people that do actually donate on PayPal and stuff like that, but I really want people to get some pretty cool gear in exchange for their donations, appreciation, and all that, and all that stuff for the channel. It makes me feel a million times better, because I want to put out good content, and that's why I put out coffee mugs and shirts in the future, and every fund that I get from that, I put it back into the channel for promotion, for more stuff that I can get, like live streaming cameras and laptops, so when we go out in the field, and to get people to make pretty cool gear and pretty cool
There's an idea. Grumpy Troll wants Golden State bootleg moonshine.
Bootleg moonshine. It's actually legal in California to make moonshine. I don't know if it's legal in other states, but it's legal here.
Start building a still now, Jen.
Huh?
Start building a still now.
A still?
Yeah. We have a newcomer. We got Y Freeze on YouTube, first timer. Roseanne here. Great job streaming CPAC today.
Oh yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, when we streamed President Trump, there was 20,000 people on the stream. Not even that White House had that much. The White House peaked at around 11,000. The other streamers peaked at around 8,000 or 9,000, but we had 20,000 people on the chat. And the chat was awesome. There was not that many trolls. I tried to slow it down just a little bit, just to, try to get, flush out the people that, just wanted to cause trouble. But other than that, the streams went very well. I was very surprised for the amount of people that were on the chat.
I think I hit like 9 people on the other channel. So you guys, don't be shy. You can come over to the Golden State International channel if I'm streaming. It would be nice.
Yeah, I just want to, let me
now keep them out, let me just let them know that it's not always because, unfortunately I have to work for a living, so I'm not always here to back up the stream that Jen's doing, but when I am, wouldn't just pop over. You don't have to stay, just come in and say hello, do what you got to do, and just, don't make me feel like the Maytag repair guy.
I just want to talk about that. Golden State Times International is basically another channel to upload news and streams from an international standpoint, because a lot of people send me messages sometimes that stuff is going on in Turkey, stuff is going on in Germany, blah, 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 and all that stuff. And I tell them, you know what, I can't put it up on the main channel because the main channel is all about American politics, American news, and that's it. I do not put any international stuff on there. I do not push, any type of international politics, only American 100% on our main channel. So that's the reason why I approached Gorf here and said, you know what, would you like to, run the international channel and also run the streams that we run on our main channel, just to, kind of like reach out to an international audience that might be interested in also getting news from wherever they're from,
Right. So the other thing is,
the link will be in the description, by the way. So go over to Golden State Times International and subscribe and hit the notification bell over there too.
Yeah, just so you understand that I cover stuff when I can. And, if any of you know something they can contact me via the email, right?
Yeah.
From there. So it should be in the description there. You could contact me via the email or from the channel, actually. If you go to the channel, you could contact me there too, I believe, right? You put that in there? So when they go to about, the email that they try to send a message to will go to me. Or they could just send me a message like that. And if you have a story or something you want to hear, just, pop me a link. I'll, try to get to it and we'll pop it up and you guys can,
Wyatt Earp says, "Are we pushing it now?" We're definitely pushing it. If you ever, like on the main chat, once we're done, like let's say President Trump is speaking, once it's done, then we'll start pushing the channel, both this one and the other one. The links, I would always have it in the description box, so make sure that you, the mods, you guys let people know, sign up if you want international news. Go and subscribe to Golden State Times International and all that good stuff. So yeah, I'll be definitely promoting both channels 100% because I want both channels to be successful and to grow and all that good stuff. It's a network. It's basically Golden State Times is a network where we're gonna have both house and international news.
Right, and we will mirror each other story-wise and even stream-wise. But the idea here, at least from what I'm, my talks with Gent here, is that we also want something else that's different than just American politics. We want to be able to cover other news out there in the world so that, like he said, the folks that are writing into him, can get their fix of international news, stuff going on that's not going on in America. We'll try to keep it attached to America, but it won't always be that because, not everything is American, even though we are still the best country on the planet. Thank you very much. That's just a biased opinion. We have Brian Hutchins. That's his first time. How you doing, Brian? Good to have you here, man. Let's see. We got Sophia Medina. Hi, dear. Nice to see you here again. Sophie is old faithful. She's always here. I think that's about it right now.
All right. We'll start on the next article here.
Thank you, Coffee Girl. She just subscribed to Golden State Times International.
Awesome.
All right. So who's up? You?
Yep. And we'll be starting right now. We're going to be talking about the lying media. What does President Trump call it?
Very fake news.
The very, very fake news.
Well, no, that's just for CNN. He reserves that just for CNN.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, it's just fake news.
Yeah, very fake news. All right. So, are we ready in 5, 4, 3? Hello, everyone. Jen here, Golden State Times. And today we have a story from USA Today. And it says, Trump again calls media enemy of the people. Again, this comes from USA Today, and it says, President Trump turned his speech before a... I'm sorry, start again. President Trump turned his speech before a conservative convention into a full-throttled attack on journalism on Friday, saying some reporters make up unnamed sources for fake news and again describing them as, quote, the enemy of the American people. He said, quote, "A few days ago, I called fake news." Sorry again. Quote, "A few days ago, I called the fake news the enemy of the people, and they are. They are the enemy of the people," Trump told the annual conservative political action conference, while praising some reporters are honest and pledging that they need and pleading stoutly to the First Amendment. Trump claimed that the fake news media doesn't tell the truth. He said reporters should not be allowed to use anonymous sources, and we're going to do something about it. The president did not elaborate on what that something might be beyond general criticism. It was the last in a series of attacks that critics say are designed to undermine coverage of Trump's troubles in office, including investigation into possible links between his campaign associates and the Russians during the last year's presidential election. And this goes on to be complete slander. But Trump is 100% correct.
Right.
The media, the mainstream media, which includes NBC, ABC, CNN, maybe even Fox News, they're all designed to attack. If they're designed to attack the right-leaning party, right? They're designed to attack the Republicans, anything they do. And right now, their main focus is on President Trump. They're going to attack him no matter what he does, right? He talks a certain way, they're going to attack him. He does a certain thing, they're going to attack him. If President Trump at any point in time does a speech and it is not as energetic as it was, they're going to start some type of slanderous lies about him, right? Oh, maybe he's sick, or maybe he's this, or maybe he's that, you know? They go to the point of attacking Melania. They go to the point of attacking Little Baron. That's how disgusting the mainstream media really is.
Yep.
You know, so when he says the media is the enemy of the people, it's true. It's called yellow journalism.
Yeah.
It's all lies. It's all fabricated lies, propaganda. Just like the Nazis did with Goebbels or whatever the hell his name is.
Uh-huh.
It's the exact same tactics that the leftist media is using today. But
Indeed.
let us know what you guys think in the comments section below. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. If you are out of the United States, make sure you also check out Golden State Times International for your international news. And I hope to see you guys here next time. But until then, peace. All right.
Excellent.
So dude, like, it's ridiculous. The mainstream media is way, way, way too extreme.
Vulgar and obvious.
Yeah, it's ridiculous with the type of tactics that they're using now. Like attacking Barron and saying that that he might have Down syndrome just because he was sleepy at 2 a.m.
Well, the funny thing about these people is, I understand that this younger generation, you kids out there, are just now starting to realize this. But I've seen this since I was, back in the 80s. They were just a little more, what's the word I want to use? They were more subtle about it. They were more, a little more professional about it. Now it's just an obvious and outright, just showing their true colors, which they always had. These people come from liberal colleges, most of these journalists, and they think that it's their job to change the world. And that's the problem here. That's not their job. You're supposed to report the news and not editorialize and change it to fit your agenda and your propagandist nonsense.
Yeah, absolutely. I've said before here, we're not here to make you to tell you what to think. We're not here to give you our opinion, right? Because nobody really cares what I think, right? If I want to express myself, that's why we have a podcast.
Yep.
Right. That's our opportunity to come out and speak our minds. Now, when we're doing live streams, President Trump live streams or administration center or anything like that, I do not put up any criticism. I do not put up any. I don't interfere. I don't get in the middle of it. I don't pause it. I don't do any of that stuff. Why? Because my job is not to tell you how to think. My job is not for me to tell you guys my opinion. My job is to stream the event completely and let the people that are watching come up with their own conclusions. That's why there is a chat, and that's why there is comments underneath the videos when it's uploaded, for that same reason. Because people need to put whatever they believe or whatever it is onto the comment section, and others can comment on that comment, and that's how information starts to spread. Now, what's it called? Not always are you going to find people that want to do constructive opinion, but at the same time, that also helps you. You know, it gives you a little bit more of an incentive to go out and find out the truth. You know, that's what I think.
I mean, you know, we give our opinion here, and you know, we throw a little bit, but what we try to do is at least give you the facts first. You know, there's nothing wrong with having an opinion, but you know, at least be honest about what you're doing. Like, you know me, I have no problem telling you I don't consider myself a journalist at all. I'm a commentator.
Yeah.
So therefore, right there, you automatically give yourself the right to tell people what you think about it. Just like they have the right, we all have a right to say what we think. It's when you say that you're an objective or, you know, an objective journalist and you're not, you're just being a filthy liar.
Like, I consider myself a broadcaster. I just broadcast stuff. I don't, you know, I don't go on camera and say, oh, well, you know, going crazy and start like throwing papers and slamming my desk like Alex Jones. You know, I love Alex Jones, but he's just too crazy. You know, but the one thing that I hate the most is when people interrupt in the middle of, let's say, President Trump's speech, just to say, oh, you know, this and this, or yeah, we told you guys before. You know, like, nobody wants to hear that. Right. People are there to watch the president, to listen to what the president has to say. If by the end of the chat, the end of the stream, people are still around, and if you want to start talking about stuff, then do it at that time. But don't pause it. Don't interrupt the president. That just infuriates me. When people do that.
No, I hear you. So we got Vegas dude in the house. We got Coop 437. Who else is popping in here? Let's see. Trying to find some more folks that we haven't seen yet. We got Deacon. Hi, honey. Glad you showed up. Valeza Roberts.
Mark Dice is awesome. Yeah, Mark Dice is awesome. I actually enjoy. I watch his stuff all the time.
Valeza Roberts. I hope I said that right.
Have you seen Louder with Crowder? That podcast is pretty awesome too.
Her real name is Katie Roberts. Okay. Remember, we do watch the chat, so if you got a question, you can certainly throw it in there.
Absolutely. If you guys have any questions,
we'll try to get to it. So anyway, at any rate.
It says, I wish I was still serving. Dems want to boycott president's address to Congress. Yeah, that's going to happen. I think it's going to happen in March, if I'm not mistaken.
So let them.
Yeah, you know, if they don't want to show up, that's their fault. You know, that's on them. Who cares if they're there or not? Nobody cares. They have absolutely no power in any branch of government as of right now, and in 2018 is going to be even worse.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
They're only like Gore said, they're only digging themselves deeper and deeper in the hole. That's it.
They're just making it more obvious what people have been saying for decades, and you know what people didn't believe before. Now they're starting to believe. And we got who else we got here? We got the Prayer Span X AZ Cowboy 1963 in the house. We have a Daniel Romero. Great to see you guys here. Glad you joined us. Tell your friends, family.
Chiller says, I love Alex, but yes, he's high strung. That's for sure. Yeah, I know. I don't know if he's getting. I remember watching him a few months ago, throughout the months now. And he was he was always crazy. Right? He always gets all, all hot and bothered, and he starts like screaming and all that stuff. But now he's just way over the top now. Like, it's insane how crazy he gets. Especially now that he's saying that he got censored, from advertising on different platforms, and he lost I don't know how many millions and all this stuff. So he's just freaking insane right now on his show.
We got Beaming Penguin in the house. Vegas dude is asking, do you think Trump is overdoing it with calling out the media at his press?
No, absolutely not. He's doing a service to the American people. In reality, he's doing a service to the American people.
Right. They need to be exposed for what they are, because they're not doing their job as journalists. They're not being journalists. That's an absolute lie. What most of these outlets are doing. I mean, I'm talking about the mainstream ones. The 3-letter ones that you see on TV all the time, are just not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're going beyond it. They're propagandizing, indoctrinating, and no, not at all. God bless them.
Texan J says, when do call-ins begin? Again? I'm trying. I'm working on it. In reality, I'm working on it. I've always thought that maybe Skype was the best way to do it, but I heard that the calls get dropped, it gets distorted, and it just causes havoc with computers when more than one person is on or they're trying to call in. So I'm going to try to find the best way I can possibly do it, and then I'll let you guys know.
Well, the problem with Skype too is it's going to depend on the user's computer if it's got enough power to deal with it.
Yeah.
I know one call here or there might be, okay, but when you're trying to live stream and there's so much stuff going on right now, the data that's moving right now for Gent just to get this stream up, and then he's got to try to call somebody. It wouldn't be the fact that we haven't dropped. It's pretty good, but we both have pretty powerful computers.
Yeah.
We have Cypher TU Productions.
AZ Cowboy 1963 says, Alex is high energy. Yes, however, lately he had become angry like many Americans. I love your shows, news, and live feeds. Oh, thank you very much for the support. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I love Alex Jones. He's been doing this for a very long time. And yeah, there is some stuff that he actually has been right about. And he has actually shed light on certain things that if he would have never said it, it would have been in the shadows. That's true. He's been doing pretty good service for the American people.
Right,
but he just needs to calm down. That's all I got to say.
We're just worried about him. We don't want him having a heart attack before.
Exactly. The last thing we want is for him to be in one of his high energy rants and all of a sudden just flopping over his keyboard,
grabbing his chest and like falling out of his chair.
Exactly. Yeah. Nobody wants that for him. We want him around as long as possible, but he just seriously needs to calm down. That's all.
Yeah, it's okay, man. We're with you. It's okay.
And yeah, he has a huge following too, so it's not like, he's going to be in trouble, if he gets banned from certain platforms so he can, promote. But at the same time, yeah, I understand where he's coming from. Nobody wants to be banned. We've been shadow banned on Twitter before, so I understand where he's coming from.
Yeah, we got Grumpy Troll saying, I wouldn't feed my horse MSM. Well, your horse probably wouldn't eat it anyway. Jen's volume is low.
Yeah, I know that. I just noticed that right now. It's a little low because. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. It's gonna go back right now.
Charlie R in the house.
All right, here we go. I think it's good now. Let me know if the volume is good. For some reason, OBS turned it down without.
Yeah, what is with Apple and their versions of software, man? It just doesn't seem like it works like it's supposed to.
I know iMacs are so expensive, and even though they're so expensive, they're not 100% like reliable all the time. They're beautiful machines and they work really good, but technology sometimes when they do updates, it just screws everything up.
Well, here's the problem, and this is being that the coder that I am. You got to understand when you port a piece of software like OBS, which is an open source platform. In other words, anybody can go in there and they can, do what they want with it. You have to read the licensing. Essentially, you can actually, if you know what you're doing, you can download the source code and customize it to your own liking, but you have to let, the people in charge know what you're doing, and you're basically giving everybody else free right to take your source that you've altered and do what they want with it. It's a long, complicated thing. I'm not really explaining it properly, but we are Borg is in the house. Hi, sweetie. Had to say that. But yeah, so when whoever takes it and ports it, remember, they're just getting it to work, and then they throw a build out there for you to use.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's working 100%, because even the Linux and the PC versions are not 100%. There's always going to be bugs in software, especially when it's free like that, because you don't always have enough people really testing it. But the one beauty about an open source project like that is there are a lot of people who work on it, and eventually will catch those things and clean them up. And remember, if you have those issues, if you see things like that happening, like your volume dropping, you could always drop a note to the people who are doing the open source projects and let them know, hey, this is happening. And, it may not be something they can fix because it might be a Mac issue, a specific issue to Mac. But then, also let Mac know about it too. Let Apple know, hey, this is screwing up on my computer. Why? They may not do anything about it because they're, Apple, but they might take a look at it and say, yeah, you know what, that's probably not good. People want it, because Apple's actually known for their like publishing and their, that kind, they're like a music thing and a publishing computer. It's a good production computer.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, when I was doing music on the computer stuff like MIDI and stuff, I used an Atari ST because it had the built-in MIDI ports. It was a great machine, but the reason why Mac was so popular back then is because Mac stood behind that computer, like they were right behind you the whole time when it came to that stuff. Atari, you couldn't find them if you tried. But the thing is, their machines were so good, you didn't really need them all the time, But that's just my little computer story. Anyway.
No problem. Yeah, a lot of people on the chat they're talking about different networks. Talking about Next News, talking about what else? Talking about Right Side, talking about other things here. The thing about it is that we have to support alternative news. We have to support Drudge. We have to support Breitbart. Support us. Because if we don't support alternative news like Infowars and all that stuff, the mainstream media wins.
Yeah.
Right. If we don't support them, I myself, I always give a shout out to Breitbart. I always give a shout out to Infowars. Always give a shout out to Drudge. And I let people know that we, meaning Drudge, Breitbart, and ourselves, we're all located in California. We're all located like in 10 minutes from each other. Right. We're all in the same vicinity. We're in the middle of the bluest part of California. Right. Yep. And we're doing the best we possibly can to turn this state red, but alternative news needs the help of the public. It really does, because if we don't get the help of the public, we're not going to go anywhere.
No.
That's why I appreciate everyone that, shares streams and gives thumbs up and all the other stuff, because it helps when it comes to YouTube. It helps a lot. It helps in the algorithm of YouTube. It gets us to the very top. And all that good stuff. So, if you guys don't support alternative news, then the mainstream media wins, and we really don't want that.
Right. It's just we got to make sure we don't. I'm Jersey, so I'm like the black sheep of the whole family here. But I work for you, which is a California-based
It says,
dealio.
Christ for Hawk says, California owns the weed seeds.
Yeah. Well, it's the right climate to grow that stuff out there.
Thank you very much, Beaming Penguin. It says, you guys are doing a good job. Awesome. We appreciate your input. Yeah, a lot of people send me input on Facebook, which is pretty awesome. If you guys want to head over there and give our Facebook page a thumbs up. It will be in the description below. But yeah, send me criticism. There's some people that say, hey, you know what? Sometimes your audio is too low. Sometimes you do this. Sometimes you do that. Like, I forgot who it was, but someone sent me a message saying, you seriously need to stop cussing on stream or I'm going to unsubscribe. You know, I appreciate that type of criticism because that lets me know, hey, you know what? You need to calm down on certain things or I need to watch out or whatever. So criticism is always 100% appreciated. You guys can always send it to me on Twitter, Facebook, even DM me here on YouTube. That's what helps us grow. That's what helps us become better and better when it comes to streams, and just altogether just make the channel a billion times better. You know,
we have Roseanne Steele is her first time here. Thank you for joining us, Roseanne. Glad to have you. We have Don Juan in the house.
Chiller says, no, California won't go red because we are lost here in California. We're too far gone now to ever come back red. No, I don't think that's true.
Never give up,
I have to disagree with you because I saw firsthand the Trump rallies here in California, right? If California was so blue, we would not have 40,000 people come out in Costa Mesa. We wouldn't have had 45,000 come out in San Diego, 22,000 in what's it called in the Sacramento area, and in like 35,000 up in the Northern California area. We would have never had that many people if California was as blue as the mainstream media puts it out to be.
Blue is coming from the heavy populated cities with all the illegals, and it's the same. It's the same here in Jersey. You got Trenton and Camden and a few up north, heavy cities, and trust me, there's a lot of people who shouldn't be voting, because you walk around most of New Jersey. Most of these people are saying Trump, Trump, Trump. They weren't going for no Hillary, you know. And I don't go to these areas where they've voted for Hillary because you can get killed. It's pretty dangerous in some of those areas. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that you have to. We got Sierra Blue 90 in the house.
How's it going? I just had to step away for a second.
Go ahead, about that. You go ahead. I'll take.
No, I'm back. I just stepped away for like a second.
I'm back and better than ever. Manuel Rodriguez.
Manuel Rodriguez, it says sub to me, I'll sub to you back. No, please don't do that. You know, if you really want to promote your channel, use Super Chat. You know, not that I'm forcing you to do that, but just, you know, just have some courtesy. Come on now. You want to get subscribers to your channel that are organic. Not that you go out and beg for them, brother. That's not how YouTube works.
Yeah, let's not troll the chat room to get subscribers. You know, we appreciate you wanting to get them, but you know, that's
I know the struggle. We know the struggle of getting subscribed, but that's not the way to do it.
Right. We don't go to other channels, you know, so we would ask you kindly not to do that, brother. Thank you. But thanks for popping in. Did we miss anybody? Let me see. We got anybody else here?
Why there is an electoral college? Wait, what's going on? People are rising at the city councils in California. May I watch the protests? They are pissed. Yeah, I know. They have risen up in Orange County. They rose up in Riverside County and also in San Diego. They have gone up to city council and ripped, you know, pieces of legislature regarding sanctuary cities and immigration and all that stuff. Has said, you know what, we're pissed. We're not going to allow you to do this anymore. You guys pass this through, you will not be reelected on the next election. We will do whatever we can to keep you out of office the next time reelection comes through. And I'm telling you, California is on it's not its turning point, because
The whole country
are here saturated with illegal aliens, saturated with criminals, right? We have probably one of the worst, if not the worst, gun laws in the country. And we are one of the states that have the highest crime in the country. So the one that needs to have the best what's it called, the gun laws, supposed to be California for in ratio to the crime, right? To protect our citizens.
Yeah.
But we have this communist governor that really needs to, get his, he needs to get kicked out of the governor's mansion in reality, because he doesn't deserve to be there at all.
No, he's got to go.
He's got to go.
Definitely.
He's got to go. And the thing about it is that he talks so much trash on Trump, but then he turns around and he starts begging him for money.
Yeah.
So it doesn't work that way.
And the thing is, I'm telling you, you clean up the problems like illegal immigration, and the voting's going to go a lot different. I'm telling you right now, it's going to go a lot different, because they can cry and moan and say, "Oh, there's no voter fraud," but you ain't fooling nobody anymore. You ain't fooling no one.
When it comes to, when I went to the voting booth, they basically don't. It was so ridiculous, because it was the first time I've ever voted. Okay, before this time, I have never voted in my life.
Yeah.
And I really didn't know exactly how the process worked, because I've never done it. So I was ready, in line. Me and my wife, both of us first-time voters. We had our IDs out, and we went up to the people and told us, where we lived and our name and all that stuff. And I was about to hand the lady my ID, thinking, they're asking for ID, right? They want to know exactly who you are, not just, just tell them,
Right.
Yeah, so the cops definitely ask for ID. You can't just tell them your name. So I'm like, all right, fine, here's my ID. And the lady goes, oh, no, we don't need that.
Yep.
So I can literally be lying what my name is.
You could have walked in there with like a mustache the next time around,
Yeah, turn around and give a different name, and they'll be like, all right, here you go. Here's the ballot, So
shades with a fedora the next time.
Yeah, just keep it like a revolving door. Just keep coming back and keep coming back and keep going like nothing.
Yep. John Ciccarelli, what's up, brother?
So for people to come out and say, hey, you know what, there is no such thing as voting fraud, there is. There most definitely is, because the way that voting should be is you should have your ID on hand. Okay, yep. Here you go. Here's my ID. This is my name, blah, blah, blah. I'm registered, Republican, Democrat, Independent, whatever it is. I'm here to vote.
Exactly.
And here in California is easy, because even the Democrats made it easy for you to give an ID, because they gave driver license to illegal aliens, which is completely unconstitutional.
Insane.
It's insane how you could be a illegal alien, have your birth certificate from the country you came from, and use that to get a driver's license. That's mind-boggling for them to do something like that.
Yeah.
And but so if the Democrats bring up that it's difficult for you to show ID when you come to vote, here in California they can't pull that shit off, because we the Democrats, like I said, gave IDs to illegal aliens.
Right. We are Borges saying, all those rich liberals can't save California, yet they want to save the world. Good point, sweetie. Good point.
And they still lost the election. I know. So much voting fraud, so many illegal aliens voted, and they still lost, but that goes to show that a lot more Americans came out to vote this time around than they did in previous elections, both 2012, 2008. And it's very good. And I'm 100% sure that by the next time around, 2020, even more Americans are going to come out and vote. And I'm sure that a lot of Democrats are going to switch over to Republican or maybe Independent, right? Because, you don't have to be Republican to vote for Trump. You can also be Independent and vote for him during the main election, the general election. So I'm pretty sure a lot more Americans are going to come out and vote.
Yeah.
Because in reality, we really need to vote. You know, I always thought to myself, you know, that, oh, you know, I can just be an American non-voter, right? And, you know, my vote's never going to count. But in a way, my vote did count this election in one way or another.
Hold on. Make Texas Democrat again. You know, the race card doesn't work anymore. That's nonsense. Forcing people to use ID when voting is nothing more else but just racism. That's ridiculous. Go ahead, go walk into a bar where they don't know you and see if they don't ask for your ID.
Exactly.
Go try to get anything, Social Security, just to get a title for your car because you lost it. You need 6 forms of ID in New Jersey.
Is that right?
Yeah.
God damn. Okay, I did not know that. Yeah.
Yeah, 6 points of ID.
ID is needed for the fact that we can't take your word as you know, we can't take your word, you know, that you're saying the truth. You know, we need forms of ID for every single thing. Even for you to get government assistance, you need an ID. So how can the Democrats come out and lie to the American people and saying that it's difficult for illegal alien or for people to get ID when you need ID to get government assistance?
Right. It's
you see what I'm saying?
They want illegals to vote, they get more votes.
Exactly. They want illegals to vote. That's it. That's the whole main point.
You fool no one.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to be fooled by it, make Texas Democrat again, but just that name is funny because Texas ain't going Democrat for a long time. Trust me on that one.
You know, if the Democrats had common sense, there'll be no problems. Right, because everybody can think differently. Everybody has their, you know, their own beliefs and all that stuff, and I respect that 100%. You know, when I talk to people, when I went out for Donald Trump flash rallies here in California, I didn't tell people vote for Trump.
Right. Because
I'll just be wasting my breath. I told them, you know what? This is the reason I'm voting for him. This is what he has said. Go and check these links and check it out for yourself. Make your own. Yeah, I'm not your daddy. Make your own. You make your own. Make your own choices.
Just to clarify, it's 6 points of ID. That means you might have one form of ID that might count as 1 or 2 points, but you still need more than just your driver's license to go get your title for your car if you lost it.
So it can be like your ID, your birth certificate, and like a
phone
card,
bill,
right?
something like that. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah, like some places they even accept your credit card as a form of ID for a second form of ID. I mean,
right. You know, they put you through hell out here because you know what, and there's a good reason for it. You know, you can fake a lot of things about an ID and several different documents. It's just most people don't go through that trouble. They basically get, you know, an ID card or a driver's license to fake an ID. You know, because most of them are only using it to get into a bar.
Yeah.
You know.
What else? Texas is dark, soaring, bleeding red. Yeah. But, you know, there's quite a few liberal cities in Texas, too. Yeah. Right? The state in whole is blood red, but there is really big liberal cities.
Yeah, well, you're going to have the inner cities. It's always the inner cities. They beat them down, blame the Republicans, and tell them vote for us and we'll get you out of trouble. And what has that got?
And get them even to more trouble.
That's right.
Charlie R. says, Jen, it's just identity politics. Liberals can't use logic. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. No, I don't think they can't use logic. I think they don't want to use logic. Right. They have logic. Trust me. When it comes to business, they have more than enough logic. You know, look at Silicon Valley, right?
These people are not stupid.
Yeah, they're not stupid at all. They're very, very smart. They know exactly what the hell they're doing and how to do it. And the reason
they're just corrupt, and they project that corruption on the other side.
Exactly. And the reason that they hold a lot of money, right? They make a lot of money. They do it because they know how to lie, cheat, and steal, right? The Democrats that you see, you know, running huge corporations, huge businesses, is because they have perfected the art of lying, cheating, and stealing. That's why they're where they're at, you know?
Right. Well, we have John Deegan in the house. We have Sassy D Hi, sweetie. How are you? And Texas Democrats insisting, oh, I live in Galveston and we're quite democratic. Well, didn't help you this time, did it, pal?
Travis County is extremely liberal.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that just because those cities are Democrat doesn't mean that the state's going to go that way, bro.
That's right.
It's just not the way it works. See, that's the beauty of our system here in the United States is that there is some cities that might be Democrat, but the whole state is not going to turn that way unless the majority of the cities and counties in that state actually turn blue.
Well, it did go for Hillary, but that's their own stupidity. You don't vote for crooks like Hillary. Don't sit here and Trump, you might be able to point out some warts he has, but no, Hillary was covered in them.
It says it went for Hillary this year. A lot of
places went for Hillary.
A lot of Hillary, but what did it do? At the end of the day, exactly what did it accomplish? It accomplished absolutely nothing.
I got a brother lives in the same house with me that's as liberal as they come, and I have yet to hear any kind of solid logic come out of his mouth as to why he thought Hillary was better than Trump. He sits on the couch when Trump comes on the TV and calls him a Nazi and Putin puppet. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's kind of it's comedic, sad but comedic. But
We Are Borg says, my internet just booted me off. I'm back. Well, welcome back.
Welcome back. We are Borg.
It says, my city is stinking red. The biggest city isn't even enough to make the county blue.
Right.
What state are you in again, DM Daniel? I forgot. Where's the nicest area to live in Texas? That's a good question. In case we want to move out to Texas, let us know what's the best city in Texas to live in.
I plan on it, man.
Houston is another liberal area. Yeah, I know Houston. I heard that Houston is pretty liberal.
No, we got to go to a liberal area so we can make it red again.
It says alternative media is on the rise again. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and it'll keep rising because, you would think that the mainstream learned its lesson. No, they're doubling, tripling, and quadrupling down on their stupidity. It's not going to help them.
Rusty Nuts says, in Australia, voting is compulsory. Everyone must vote or cop a fine. Rusty Nuts, answer me this. Is it true that if you are in a bus or a train and you don't get up for a woman, like if you see a woman that's standing up and you have a seat and it's completely full, if you don't get up and give her your seat, you can get a fine. Let me know if that's true, because I've heard someone that lives in Australia, and that's what they told me, but I don't know if that's 100% true.
That's how it should be. Be a gentleman, for crying out loud. Let the lady sit. Oh, that's sexist. You're treating me with dignity. That's sexist. Piss me off, man.
Austin was still back in Austin, Texas. What does it say on here? Southwest Texas, away from libtards. It says, what is going to happen next month when the Fed puts up interest rate and kills Trump's plans?
Bah. He'll know what to do.
Well, I'm pretty sure he's already, thinking about this stuff.
He's thinking about all that.
Yeah, he's ahead of the game. He has to stay. He has to stay at least 2 to 3 steps ahead of everybody else, and he knows it too.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, guys, I'm not talking about just you guys from Australia. You American dudes. You see a lady standing in a bus, get your ass out the chair and let her sit. Show some.
Did Rusty? No, not true. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's why I wanted to ask, because I didn't want to believe him as something like that. But when it comes to voting, there is a few other countries other than Australia that you better vote, or they'll fine you. I heard about that.
Yeah, let the elderly and the ladies sit. Come on, man. Show some manners, man.
When you're ready, I have everything up, Gorf.
Okay, well, just real quick, we got 001 Katie, and we have, where'd it go? There was another one here. Ashley Cooper. in the House. All right, so
does make Texas Democrat again? Does he keep coming back in different channels? Because I thought I banned him. So it says HillaryBeatTrump.org is the best alternative source.
Yeah, so
You're
the
funny.
best alternative source is one that believes in a lie. Hillary lost.
Oh boy.
Hillary lost. We don't do popular vote in this country. We do an electoral college for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. We're not a third world country, bro. Third world countries do popular vote because
That's right.
It can be easily corrupted. That's why they do it.
Bada bing. That's why the Democrats complain about it so much. Yeah. When it doesn't work in their favor, of course. But as long as it works in their favor, then they're fine with it. All right, so here we go, man.
All right. 5.
You ready?
4. Okay.
High stakes DNC leadership election could pull party even further left. Good day, folks. This is Steve Gorf from. Try that again. Okay. Stop it.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay.
Yeah. Count it.
5, 4, go.
High stakes DNC leadership election could pull party even further left. This is Gorf from Golden State Times and Golden State Times International. How are you doing, folks? Today we have a story from Fox News Politics, published February 24th, 2017. And the story is about the Democrats picking their next House leader. So after a bruising series of elections during which Democrats lost the House, the Senate, and finally the White House, in other words, they got their butts handed to them, the DNC on Saturday will choose its new chairman. The vote could mark a turning point as the party seeks to rebuild and potentially rebrand. But based on the leading candidates for the post, some see the party moving further from the mainstream. You got the two top contenders here. You got Keith Ellison of Minnesota. You got Labor Secretary Tom Perez, former Labor. And Ellison's picked up support from Senator Bernie Sanders and Senator Chuck Schumer, as well as John Lewis and former Attorney General Eric Holder and former Vice President Biden have backed Perez, which, in my opinion, is a good reason why they shouldn't get picked. But that's just where the Democrats are going to go. So both of these have served in the Obama administration, and the former president himself has sung the praises of Perez without actually endorsing him. Both candidates highlight their progressive records, careers spent advocating for civil rights and grassroots work. In the 2016 presidential primaries, Perez supported Hillary Clinton, while he endorsed Sanders. The election of either contender, and especially Ellison, would signal a strong shift to the left. I'm not so sure how far left they can go. But as the first Muslim who was elected to Congress, Ellison used Thomas Jefferson's copy of the Quran during his swearing in. Though this stirred up controversy, his career spans far more provocative acts. In 1989, he defended Louis Farrakhan, controversial leader of the Nation of Islam, in the University of Minnesota school paper. Fox News spoke with a fellow student who recalls confronting Ellison over his anti-Semitic remarks during his time on campus, saying that Ellison refused to engage in conversation over his remarks. Not sure I recall hearing that in the mainstream press. But the accusations of anti-Semitism followed Ellison based on his association with Farrakhan. He asserts that he was never an official member of the Nation of Islam, but admits that he did spend year and a half organizing the division of Farrakhan's Million Man March in 1995. So it goes on as, goes down the list of some of the stuff that, he was known for doing, his controversial acts, and the Anti-Defamation League has called for Ellison to be disqualified based on deeply disturbing remarks he made about Israel in 2010. Ellison has been credited with being one of the few Democrats, or Republicans for that matter, who predicted Donald Trump could win the presidency. In July 2015, on This Week, Ellison predicted that Trump had enough momentum to actually win. The rest of the panelists erupted into laughter. Well, a lot of people did, but there he is, sitting in the White House. So Perez, he graduated from Harvard Law School. It's getting to be an epidemic with all these politicians from Harvard. Maybe we should look at that as a prerequisite. worked as civil rights attorney, Department of Justice. Perez joined the Montgomery County Council in Maryland in 2002 as the first Latino to sit on the council, and then became its president in 2004, serving until 2006. So, based on my firsthand experiences, I believe the dismissal of the Black Panther case was motivated by a lawless hostility towards equal enforcement of the law, he wrote. So yeah, you got two guys who are pretty controversial, and you would think that the Democrats would learn their lesson and go a little more mainstream, but they're just doubling and tripling down here. When asked about Perez's capability to serve as the DNC chair, Adams told Fox News he testified falsely under oath about the new Black Panthers dismissal and told the DOJ Inspector General he didn't think cases should be brought to protect white voters. You'll make a perfect chairman for the modern Democratic Party. So if you folks like this story, please comment in the section below. By all means, if you want to donate to the channel, in the description you'll find links for that. You'll find links for the coffee cup. And by all means, you could also follow us not only on Golden State Times, but Golden State Times International. If you have any questions, by all means, put those also in the comments. We'd love to try to get to them and answer them. And like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. And this is Gorf signing out for Golden State Times and Golden State Times International. Have a great day.
Awesome. Isn't there like a candidate that's running for the DNC chair that's like extremely racist towards white people, and she's white?
Well, Ellison is no prize package by any stretch. The guy that
if someone knows who I'm talking about on the chat, put a name on there.
I can't remember her name though. I don't remember her name, but she basically said, you ought to feel bad for being white.
Not only that, she said that white people shouldn't be running the DNC.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Like, what the hell? Like,
it's
a white person saying the white people shouldn't be running the DNC, even though she's running to run the DNC.
Yeah, I mean, in the future, I'm going to have to start summarizing these stories because they get a little long-winded and there's just too much information that's not even really, I love Breitbart, but it's just like any news organization. They tend to bloat it up with stuff that's not really necessary, and they long-winded. So I'm going to try to do some more summarizations of these stories before I actually read them, just to make the listeners not have to, pull their hair out and make their hair hurt. Like mine is just listening to myself. We got back to country. We got back to country in the house.
How's it going?
Glad to have you, bro. Girl. Kitty Kate. Hi, Kitty Kate. Let's see.
It says,
Ronnie.
Oh, that lady who said that her job is to tell white people to shut the hell up. Yeah, that person. They're confused people. Yeah, they're completely confused. They don't know what in the world's going on, Like, they're just delusional. They don't understand absolutely anything. I don't know. There's just something... some people were saying on the chat, I think it was today or yesterday, that, that liberalism and people on the left, they just have some like mental disorder now. It's like it has gone from being, being okay to completely lunatic, You know
what I think it is? I think is that when Obama got elected, they think that's it. We got this now. It's over. He's going to screw things up so bad for the right in this country that they'll never get it back. And then they realized when Trump went, it's like, oh no, they like, it's really over for them now, at least for now, because things can change. Democrats are really good at tear jerking, and emotion pulling, heartstring yanking. That's what they do. And the people just have to keep their mind on the reality that, your mind has to come first. Because if you can't control your emotions, you're a hysterical wreck. Yeah. Period.
Someone put the name of the person. Her name is Sally Boynton.
Right. Boynton.
Right. Yeah, that's the crazy person that's running for for the chair. When it comes to Kevin De Leon, that guy seriously needs to get he needs to get locked away.
Yeah.
He literally said, you know what, half of my family is illegal and they have forged papers. They have stolen, Social Security numbers, and that's what they use to get a job and to survive and all this stuff. I'm like, what? This is supposedly an elected official, an elected American official, saying that half of his family is illegal using fake Social Security numbers.
Right. Well, this is the whole point I'm trying to make it. They're not even afraid of the law anymore because they think they've completely rewritten it to a point where they're not subject to it anymore.
And they rewrote it in reality to the advantage of the Republicans today.
Right.
They changed the voting for Senate confirmations from 61 to 51?
Right. That's because they thought that they were never going to lose that Senate and the Congress again. And the very next election, they got crushed. And then the one after that, they got crushed. And this final one, they got crushed. And it's going to keep happening because they're just not getting the message. We got Ronnie Henneberger in the house. How you doing, Ronnie?
John said, things don't last forever. We can't move forward if we don't move on from the past. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Right. But the thing is, we've been living in the past with this country leaning so left. Everything is based on an emotional drive. There's that they just don't even stop to think, okay, I got a heart for this, but what's the real practical application here?
Yeah.
And that's what they tend to miss. And it's because they don't really care about it. What they like the power and they like the money. And that's really because the power will get you the money. So as long as they keep the power, the money keeps flowing. GSTS3 is in the house.
How's it going? Says, no sane person will ever vote Democrat again. Well, if they keep on going the same route that they're going right now, that is 100% true.
Yeah.
And that is what President Trump is trying to do by saying, you know what, the dishonest media keeps trying to make you think instead of you thinking for yourself. They are lying every step of the way.
And I just want to clarify.
He's just warning people. Literally, he's just giving a warning out there, and people have to listen. People have to, start listening because we have been conditioned to be completely dumbed down by static, by noise, right?
Yep.
By sports or music or movies or whatever. That is all designed to keep you dumb and to keep you conditioned a certain way so you won't pay attention to what's going on.
Yep.
That's why Senate proceedings or Congress proceedings were happening at midnight. So when you wake up the next morning, a new law had already passed without you. It happened while you were asleep.
Right. The thing you want to see is Congress not doing anything, period. Because every time they do, you wind up getting screwed by them somehow.
Yeah. So they always try to find a way to screw the American people. And,
right. So to me, when the government shuts down, that's a good thing because that means they're not trying to come up with another way to screw us out of some other money, via taxes, probably illegal and unconstitutional ones at that.
Dragshoe86 says, I also convinced my sister, who was once pretty SJW, and now she knows the truth. I am so proud of her. Yeah, I try. I have a sister that is 20. Well, she's 21, and I talked to her. I'm like, you know what? You have to understand that this country is not doing good. You have to understand that people are losing their jobs and this and this. But she's extremely liberal. She is probably one of the most liberal people I know, right? She's like, let refugees in. She's this, she's that. She's that type of person. But the thing about it is that she only regurgitates what she hears on social media, or her friends, or whatever little TV she watches. So she just regurgitates what she hears, right? And
their mind's full of mush. that just, they hear something, again, it's the heartstring tugging, and they don't take this time to stop and think about what's being said to them and say, okay, yeah, I understand that, these people might be hurting, but think about the deadly possibilities of these people coming in here, or just whatever subject you want to. There's no logic being worked with here. It's just purely emotional. And you take young people tend to be very liberal, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's like Churchill said, if you're a liberal and if you're a liberal and over 40, you have no mind. If you're a conservative and under 20, you have no heart. He's trying to say is eventually you need to grow up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that eventually she's going to come around and actually figure out that everything that she believes now, parts of it is wrong because she's just not educated in certain areas, right?
Yeah.
She needs to literally experience firsthand what is going on.
Yeah.
Right? If, let's say that she gets fired from her job and they put an illegal alien in there, she's going to feel it because she relies on that job that she's doing, right?
Exactly.
But until something like that happens or something in between happens, that's when she's going to open her eyes and say, hey, you know what? I really need to figure this out. And I really hope that she does, like I'm not trying to push anything on her, right? I'm trying for her to have her own mind and for her to come across certain information and for her to make her own decisions. But I just tell her, you know what, this is how I believe, right? You can take it and do whatever you want with it, but don't let our politics get in between our relationship, Right. Because that's the last thing I want. And that's why I don't really talk politics to her that much. But at the same time, the way that she is sometimes gets me angry because it's a little bit too liberal for her.
Does she go to college?
Yeah, she goes to college.
All right. Well, this is where the problem is. See, they're winning over her heart and mind because they tend to see her probably a lot more than you do.
Oh yeah, no, yeah,
and
no. The whole liberal arts and that whole bunch of stuff that they teach them at these colleges, especially the college that she's going to, is extremely liberal. Right. So they're polluting her mind 100%. Right.
The point being is they have no problem corrupting her mind or forcing their opinion down your throat. In fact, I know for a fact that some of them actually threaten their grades. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff because I've heard stories, believe me. But this is what's going on. They're so desperate that they're willing to do anything. And they want to take your individuality away from you so that you can be another sheeple.
Yeah, absolutely. I know. I know. And, and I talk to her about, I let her know about certain things, but, sometimes they are like, they'll rather hear it from other sources than her family members. And I understand that. But, I'm just hoping that she grows out of it because I have another sister that's still, she's 17 and she's very different, right? She actually does do research for herself, right? She became a vegetarian after she did her research.
Yep.
So she really goes deep down into whatever ideology she wants to believe, right? Like religion or whatever. She actually did her research on it, right? And she converted to a certain religion. And but beforehand, she said, hey, you know what? I want to talk to you about this. She talked to me. She said, you know what? I did my research on this. What do you think? And I gave her my opinion. She took my opinion and she did her research and she converted. And I'm happy with that. Like, I don't care what religion she is. I'm going to love her either way. But I want her to really be sure about what she's doing, not just do it blindly, And that's what I'm trying to talk to my other sister about because she needs to understand that supporting and abiding illegal aliens is not a good thing, right? It's damaging to the country, is damaging to what's it called when it comes to fiscal matters, and is damaging to what's it called to the way that this country runs, right?
Yeah.
And something that needs to be changed, but it is what it is.
There's a way into this country
Exactly,
Right?
the legal way.
You got the front door and you got the back door. We need you to come into the front door and wait online like everybody else had to. We have Fukushima is Revelation in the house. Alyssa Corey, how you doing, Alyssa? Good to see you here. These are some pals I know from Gary's network.
How's it going?
We have good to have a Nunny Mouse is in the house. Good to hear from you, bro. Let me see who else we got here. Do we miss anybody? If we missed you, just say, hey, I'm over here. We'd like to say hello to you. Oh, boy, I don't see any. No, I think we're good.
We're good? All right. So we'll go on to the next one.
All right, you take that story. I'm going to go take a bathroom break.
All right, no problem.
Okay, I'll be back.
Yeah. All right, folks. So we're going to the next article here, and we're going to start in 5, 4, 3. Trump says he wants to expand U.S. nuclear arsenal. Hello, everyone. Jen here, Golden State Times, and today we have a news story. This one comes courtesy of CBSNews.com, and it says President Donald Trump wants to expand and update the U.S. nuclear arsenal. He said in an interview with Reuters. He said in an interview Thursday that he wants the U.S. nuclear capability to be at top of the pack, but that the country has fallen behind on nuclear weapon capacity. I am the first one that would like to see everybody, not nobody, to have nukes, but we're never going to fall behind any country, even if it's a friendly country. We're never going to fall behind on nuclear power. He went on to say that it would be wonderful. A dream would be that no country would have nukes, but if countries are going to have nukes, we're going to be at the top of the pack. President Trump's comments are similar to things he said during the campaign about the country's nuclear capacities, but these were the most extensive comments on the subject since taking office. He referred to the New START Treaty on agreement between the U.S. and Russia implemented in 2011 to reduce each country's strategic arm arsenals by 2018, a, quote, one-sided deal. He said, quote, just another bad deal that the country made, whether it's START, whether it's the Iran deal, we are going to start making good deals. And the week after North Korea conducted a missile test, Mr. Trump said, quote, very angry about the country's test. It's very late, he said, not ruling out the possibility of meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un at some point in the future. We're very angry, he said, what he's done. And frankly, this should have not been taking place and he said this should have been taken care of during the Obama administration. So President Donald Trump is always going to make sure that we are ahead of everybody else. Not only is it smart that we're ahead because of our protection, but it's smart for us to be ahead because we can later on use it to to get ahead of the game. And not when I'm not talking about like nuclear weapons, but in other things that we can get ahead is we can always sell it to other countries and make a profit off of it, right? When it comes to technology, when it comes to different things, we can always be ahead of the game, and then other countries can fall behind, and we can all, sell different things to other countries in order to make a profit off of it. Now, when it comes to nuclear weapons, okay, all countries, whether it's the United States or any other countries, they already have them. So if something's going to go down, if something's going to happen, it's going to happen no matter what. Whether we have one nuclear weapon or a million nuclear weapons, we already have them. Other countries have them. Our enemies have them. Other enemies are in the process of having them. The Obama administration did a job on this. They literally gave Iran, they literally gave Russia all the capability to make more nuclear weapons. And then they forced the media to feed the American people saying, you know what, we're going to reduce the amount of nuclear weapons in the world. But that is another example of yellow journalism. That's another example of the mainstream media lying to the American people. Because Obama was not only funding people nuclear capabilities to make nuclear weapons, but then turning around and telling the media to lie to the American people, saying, you know what, we're trying to take away or to slow the production of nuclear weapons around the world. But let us know what you guys think in the comment section below or on the chat. And I hope to see you guys here next time. Check out our links in the description below. If you want to watch any international news, go to Golden State Times International for all your international news updates. And also make sure to subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell for all President Donald Trump administration events and breaking news. Thank you very much, everyone. Hope to see you guys here next time. But until then, peace.
It's okay if they do it.
No, and it's crazy. Like, you know, the Obama administration gave like millions of dollars to Iran. They could easily turn around and buy stuff to make nuclear weapons from Russia, right? They gave the Russia the uranium deal.
Yellow cake.
So, you know, and then the Obama administration has the audacity to say, oh yeah, we're trying to limit the production of nuclear weapons around the world. It's like, what are you talking about? You know, you just helped two different countries, right, who were not that friendly to us, and one of them is not friendly to us still, nuclear weapons, or the capability to acquire nuclear weapons.
Not helpful.
You know,
not helpful.
It's like ridiculous.
Well, you know, but the thing is they do these things and then, you know, they try to project it on the other side. And let me just be clear, you know, I use the term liberal sometimes incorrectly because I have a lot of friends who happen to be liberal and they're very decent people. But you also have the ones that you see, you know, the news portray as, you know, the mainstream of liberal people. It's just not true. And it's the same on the other side. I'm conservative, but we have our whack jobs on the conservative side, you know, so keep in mind, I'm not trying to generalize an entire group of people because it's not fair. You know, I have plenty of people in my church who I know are liberal people and they're like the sweetest people you'll ever meet. And they, you know, they're nothing like what you see on television protesting. They just wouldn't do that. You know, they don't do that sort of thing. And it's, you know, they might sympathize with what's going on, but they don't condone that kind of silly behavior.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because they know better. You know, they understand that, you know, the SJWs today are not, you know, they're not about politics. They don't understand anything. They're just about disrupting. You know, they're just about, you know, causing a fit, you know, screaming and, you know, like we have, you know, what's her name? Trigglypuff and all those people just, you know, being crazy is all it is. It's just a mental disorder. It's so crazy.
It's attention seeking is really what it is. Because most of these people, you know, you ask them, a large majority of them aren't even voting.
No, they didn't vote in the 2016 election. They didn't go out and vote. Like a lot of the Bernie people did not go vote. Yeah. Right? It could have been because maybe they weren't going to vote even if Bernie was on the ballot, or maybe they just felt so cheated that they're just like, screw it, you know, we're just not going to vote.
Yeah, I mean, it's just unfortunately people just don't take the time to think for themselves. And this is where we get in trouble. And we have...
Steel About Scream says nukes equals end of days, sorry. Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, but to be honest with you, nobody wants anybody to use nuclear weapons. Okay, because that not only destroys whatever, you know, whoever they try to destroy, but it destroys the world in reality. Right? It causes a ripple effect. right? And we don't want nobody to use nuclear weapons ever. We don't want nobody to use nuclear weapons on us, right? Nope. But the thing is that President Trump understands that our enemies have them. And we need to stay ahead of the game to protect ourselves. Right? Because if we have more powerful weapons than the enemy is not going to be dumb enough to strike. Or maybe they are, because, North Korea is not that smart, and their technology is extremely outdated. It's like 70s technology.
Right. But, this is a guy in North Korea who spends a lot of his time playing Game Boy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, come on. What is this guy doing in power? Not that it's anything wrong with playing, video games, but, come back to the real world there, Kim.
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah. So, yeah, assured mutual destruction has worked so far, and he's right. It has. We're still here. We haven't blown ourselves to smithereens.
Hurick Ruff said, no Skynet.
Yeah. Well, we're trying to keep that from becoming a reality.
What's that company called? I think it's called like Boston Technologies or whatever that makes like some crazy freaking AI and like robots. Like they made like this robot that it's called the Panther or something like that, and it can run up to like 60 miles an hour, and you can like kick it and it won't fall over. Like it knows how to balance itself when it hits certain objects going really fast. And it can avoid things, and it's pretty insane, dude. Like, it's crazy stuff.
It doesn't feel pain, so it just keeps going. Where a human, somebody kicks it while it's running, you're going to be like, ow! What up, dude? We got
but they're making some crazy technology there, though. And Google already bought it, too. So, that Google is going to go in there and try to...
Yeah, well, they've been doing that for decades, man, and they're just getting crazier and crazier with it. We got Bill Karakoffey in the house.
How's it going? Boston Scientific, there we go. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there. They just want to be the first one to build Terminator.
MIT they haven't been doing that much good work over there at MIT. There's some pretty smart people, but I don't know what is going on over there.
Well, sometimes this is one of the rare cases where intellect is not properly being controlled by emotion.
It says 11,000 people voted for Harambe. Not even kidding. Yeah, I'm pretty sure some people voted for Harambe. I remember when we were streaming the what's it called, the Electoral College votes. When President Trump was going to be completely confirmed. And I think we were voting. I mean, we were watching some state. I forgot what it was. But there was a candidate called Black Hawk or Screaming Eagle or something like that. One of those two things. And like 3 people voted for him. They gave 3 Electoral College votes to him that were supposed to go to Hillary, which I thought was the most hilarious thing ever.
Scream funny. So, yep. What are you going to do, man? It is what it is. People need to think before they pull a lever, and they just take this stuff as a joke, and then they wonder why the country's so screwed up.
Engineers at MIT are not critical mass libtards yet, though.
Yet.
Yeah, that's the word. Just like engineers everywhere.
Yeah, the good old TI-99. I got one of them out in the garage. I was a big Atari 8-bit fan myself. Always loved Atari. The only problem is Atari didn't love Atari.
There he goes. Raquel got it right. It's Spotted Eagle. It was actually Spotted Eagle, something, but you got like at least 2 to 3 electoral votes that were supposed to go to Hillary.
Yeah, I remember that. But you know what? He'd probably be a little more sane than Hillary.
Do we got anybody else on the chat here?
I think we're pretty caught up.
Alyssa Corey? How's it going?
Yeah. Alyssa Corey. Yeah, we said hello to Alyssa.
All right, cool.
So I'm ready when you are, man.
All right, so here you go in 5, 4, 3. Okay.
Sperry, Obama organizing violent anti-Trump protesters just miles from White House. Good day, folks. This is Gorf from Golden State Times and Golden State Times International. This story is from Breitbart, and this one is about how President Trump is now being outed for being one of the guys setting up these protests when former President Barack Obama said he was heartened by anti-Trump protesters. He was sending a message of approval to his troops. Troops? Yes. Obama has an army of agitators numbering more than 30,000 who will fight his Republican successor at every turn of his historic presidency. And Obama will command them from a bunker less than 2 miles from the White House. In what's shaping up to be a highly unusual post-presidency, Obama isn't just staying behind in Washington. He's working behind the scenes to set up what will effectively be a shadow government to not only protect his threatened legacy, but to sabotage the incoming administration and its popular America First agenda. He's doing it through a network of leftist, nonprofit-led organizations for action, or led by Organization for Action. Normally, you'd expect an organization set up to support a political and his agenda to close up shop after that candidate leaves office, but not Obama's OFA. Rather, it's gearing up for battle with a growing war chest in more than 250 offices across the country. If you want, you can read the rest of the article by clicking on a link. This is just, again, another unprecedented sad turn of events from somebody who just doesn't know how to let go of power once, his term is up. It's time to move on, go play some golf, go do your little water skiing, whatever you were doing, and just, let President Trump do his job. But if you like what you hear, by all means, like, subscribe, click on that notification bell. Leave some comments in the section below. If you look in the description, you'll find links. You can donate if you so are inclined to do so. You can also take a look at that mug, a very nice mug. If you have any other questions, drop them in the comments too, and we'll try to get to them. We do appreciate you taking the time to come here at Golden State Times and Golden State Times International. This is Gorf, signing out. Have a great day.
Awesome. Yeah, and by the way, when the quote unquote bunker is actually an office in a garage at the rental house that he has in DC.
Right, that he built a wall around.
Yeah, he built a wall around it, and his quote unquote bunker is a garage. So Michelle Obama literally threw him out in the doghouse and be like, "Yeah, if you want to make your stupid little, you want to you want to continue playing president, go and play president in the garage."
Yeah, just it's just really sad when you just can't let go, man. It's done. Your legacy is not going to mean much to anybody in the next decade or two. It might linger for a little bit. The people are slowly and surely starting to see some of the mess that you made, and it's not going to work for you, bud. It's just not going to work. Go enjoy your time off, your speaking fees, your golf games. Just leave America alone now. You had your 8 years. You did your damage. Move on.
Yeah, I know. Absolutely. Yeah. And like President Trump said, he inherited a mess, like a huge mess. Not only, we're $20 trillion in debt, but every single part of government is a complete mess that someone that didn't know what in the world he was doing basically left.
Yeah.
But the good thing is that now he's in the past. He's not coming back. Now we need to work very hard to keep people like him out of office.
Yeah.
That's us as Americans, that's our number one duty, is to keep people like him out of office.
You want people who don't want the job, but know they need to do it because nobody else is doing the right thing. And that's pretty much what Donald Trump is.
Yeah. He said it before. He's like, you know what? I could have easily stayed in my life of luxury, right? Running the business that he loves. But he knew that he needed to do it for the American people because nobody else wants to step up and do it.
He didn't need it. He didn't need any of this.
Absolutely not. The last thing he wanted was to get completely attacked by all ends. And not only him, his family too.
Yeah.
Right? They're going after his daughter Ivanka. They're going after his daughter Tiffany. They're going after his wife Melania. They're going after his son, which is the sickest thing anybody can possibly do. Go after little Baron. But they're going after Baron. They're going after everybody.
Yeah.
You know, and he didn't need any of this. And then that's good. Not only that, but him not getting paid to do it goes to show how much of a genuine person he is. Now, you might not agree with him 100%. Nobody does. But at the end of the day, when you see the whole picture, you understand that the people voted the right person for the job because it's a mess. Like he said, it's true. It's 100% a mess. And they're working very hard to fix it. But
right.
the opposition party and the Democrats are not making it. They're making it more and more difficult as days go by. You know?
No, because they like that mess. They wanted to make that mess because it suits their needs. It suits their agenda.
Good night, Wyatt. I think he's signing off.
All right, brother. Thanks for stopping by and helping out. Yeah, so we'll see where it goes. I'm as long as he just doesn't get discouraged, I think he's going to do fine.
Oh, well, no, I think that, President Trump, he has thick skin up to a certain point, but things will get him angry, and he's not afraid to come out and, tell you to your face exactly how he feels. And that's the way he is. Yeah. That's the way he was with the last, what's it called? Press conference, and that's the same thing that he did today at the CPAC convention, because he's angry. He's angry of how, he's angry and disgusted of what the opposition party is doing, what the media is doing. Right? Yeah. Because he said, you know what, if you want to submit an article about something that I did wrong and I deserve it, then by all means do it. But when you literally make up lies or you put out slander, right? Like he said, the sources that you guys are saying that you guys have don't exist. If you have a source, then put it. Right?
Yeah.
If you say, you know what, someone at the CIA, one of our soldiers at the CIA is saying that Trump is doing this, then put the name of the source.
Exactly.
Right? Just like we have to put the name of sources for our videos, same way that that mainstream media should put sources for the information that they say they supposedly have.
Allow the man to face his accusers.
Exactly. Yeah, like he says, if you have something to say about me, say it to my face. Don't just hide behind, anonymous or anonymity and say whatever you want. If you have something to say, say it. He's not trying to censor anybody. He's just saying, I want to know who is the one that's saying this about me because it's 100% false.
Stop talking nonsense.
Exactly.
Be honest. Because they are dishonest. We got, who else we got in the house? We got, let's see, I just saw, we got Kibbs Ellis. We got Christina Johnson in the house. Thank you, folks, for stopping by. Glad to have you. And, but this is the state of affairs. And, the thing is, when he's talking on stage, he's talking to us like he's having a conversation sitting on a couch with us.
Yeah, he literally says, my friend. He says, you know what? I'm here to talk to my friends.
Yeah.
I'm here to talk to the people. And in reality, that's what a politician was supposed to be. That was the whole point of a politician. A politician is supposed to be someone that stands, in front of the people. He's elected by the people. So he has to stand in front of the people and say, you know what, guys, this is what's going on. What should I do?
Yep.
Right? That's what a politician is supposed to be. Is like, what am I supposed? What do you want? What do you guys want me to do?
Yeah,
What areas need fixing? Let me know.
He probably already knows what to do, but he's also letting you know, look, this is what's really going on. So don't believe the nonsense you're hearing. Okay? They're telling you everything's great when it isn't.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and they keep on pushing the narrative that the White House is in turmoil, right? The Trump administration is turning on itself.
Yeah.
I think it was ABC today said, there's havoc within the Trump administration. It's all complete lies. There is no problems going on within the Trump administration other than them flushing out the moles that were left there by the Obama administration. And I think that's one thing that President Trump did make a mistake in by leaving people from the previous administration. Now, I'm pretty sure that he needed to do that, right? Because, in order to continue operations at the White House. But he should have found a way to do it a little bit more cautiously than what he did.
Yeah, well, you can only do so much when you have to sit there and wait for the Democrats to get off their butts and finally let these people in to do the job.
Yeah.
And we got Trudy Caswell here saying Trump is insane. Yeah, maybe he is, Trudy, but you know what? Consider the other candidate. You want to sit here and tell me that she was perfectly sane? Come on.
Look
at what Hillary did, and then look what Trump has done. Only 4 of his businesses failed out of 525. Do you know how many corporations would kill for that failure rate? Literally kill, pay for it? Show me what Hillary's ever done that did anything for anybody. Yeah, she can say, I help children. Where? What children did she help? What children did she help? We also got mercenary.
She backs Planned Parenthood 100%.
Yeah.
Right? And she says that she protects children.
Yeah.
What about the millions and millions of minority children that have been murdered at Planned Parenthood? What about those children?
Yeah.
Not only that, under her reign, during her husband's term, they used to throw chemicals over really distant areas in South America, Central America, and Mexico, and watched the people and saw what happened to the people.
Yeah.
And there was children there was elderly, there was, men, women, everybody. They would just drop stuff from planes and sit and watch and see what happened to them. And then come afterwards, right, with doctors to get blood samples to see if they contracted anything or what happened to them or why they died. Right. And they covered it up as saying, we're just coming here to give you guys vaccines.
Yeah. Mass guinea pigs.
Yeah. It was literally guinea pigs. They were lab rats. They were using the people as lab rats. Right. In third world countries that can't stand up and do anything because they were getting money from the United States. So they just let it go.
Yeah.
And people were just being killed by the Bill Clinton administration.
Yeah.
And she turns around and people, and it's crazy how people still, still support her. It's insane. But what I was going to say is, I'm by no means, a huge Ben Shapiro fan. But one thing that Ben Shapiro, that I did agree with Ben Shapiro is when he was speaking at a college and he said, you know what? Facts don't care about your feelings.
Absolutely.
Okay, I can care less how you feel. I'm here to state facts. Facts don't care about your feelings. You are not my wife. You are not my children. I can care less about your feelings. I'm just here to speak and tell you the truth. Now, if you don't like it, then don't listen. You can get up and go. And if you are inclined to listen, then sit there and listen and then come up with your own conclusions. See, that's one thing that I do agree with Ben Shapiro.
Yeah. Well, we also have mercenary Gamesta in the house. And Trudy, I'm glad that you were more opposed to Hillary. At least you're saying there. But, nobody's saying Donald Trump is perfect. That's
nobody's perfect.
we're looking at his ability to take things and make things out of them. and his record's pretty darn good. And that's what you need running the country. You need people like that. Emma 3010 in the house.
It says Hillary wanted abortions to get rid of blacks. Well, that's the whole point of Planned Parenthood. That's how it basically started, right? It was created by an extremely racist woman.
Yeah.
And they wanted depopulation. So the best way to create depopulation is by basically cutting it from the source.
I mean, there's
and they masked it to ride the what's it called, the feminist bandwagon, saying, you know what, yeah, it's your body, you're the one that's supposed to you're the one that's supposed to say what you're going to do with it, and an abortion is your right.
Now, you want to talk about an insane person? Bernie Sanders is pretty nuts.
Bernie
free
Sanders.
College? Free college? Come on. There's no such thing as free anything. It's costing somebody something.
Yeah, like Red Badger Whitson said, Bernie is delusional. He is. He lives in his own alternative universe. Like he thinks that everything free, that everything should be free. And they actually asked him in one of in an interview, it's like, that college isn't going to be free because everybody else has to pick up the tab. And he goes, yeah, but so what?
Yeah.
It's because it's not him. He's not the one that's going to be suffering.
No, he's not going to pay for it.
He's not going to pay for it. People that are already living paycheck to paycheck are the ones that are going to pay for it.
Right. He's going to get votes. That's what he's going to get. He's going to gain from it while everybody else loses.
In reality, politicians should not get paid. Politicians, it started off at the beginning of our, the creation of our nation as a volunteer work. Politicians should have never become a career.
Right. It wasn't supposed to.
It wasn't supposed to be a career at all. It was supposed to be a bunch of people that donated their time to run their city, to run their county, to run their state.
It was voluntary.
It was voluntary, exactly. Just like the military, you volunteer to the military. You should have, you volunteer to be the elected person of your city or of your state. But now it has become a business. It has become a career for these people, and they're making like what, 6 figures?
Yeah,
like $250,000 to be a governor in a state.
Trudy, college was not free in the 70s. Somebody paid for it. Stop believing that nonsense. Somebody paid for that, quote, free college. Never happened. It might have been free to the person going, but it wasn't free to everybody because somebody had to. No, SS is broken. We can't keep raising that cap on that. Okay, what we need to do is let people opt out of it so they can actually take that money out of their check and put it in a savings account if they want. Why should the government control that? You see how well the government controls money. $20 trillion in Trent. Yeah, we really want them to worry about our retirement? Come on now. Unbelievable. Try to do some critical thinking there, Trudy. But we are very glad you stopped by tonight.
Yeah, in reality, nothing is free. And, it is crazy because I saw this thing. I forgot where I saw this, but there was this little story that they were telling about, regarding free stuff and all that. And they were saying that this one time this girl is telling the dad about free, and that everything should be free and that everybody should share everything, and that because it's the humanitarian way to do things and all that stuff. And the dad, instead of arguing with her, he says, hey, how you're doing in school, in college, yeah. Right? And she goes, oh, I'm doing very well. I'm doing, my GPA is really high and this and this. And, it's like, all right, cool. So how's your friend so-and-so doing? And she goes, well, she's not doing good, right? She goes out and party. She goes out having sex with everybody. She doesn't study, so she's not as good as me, right?
Right.
And he goes, okay, well, what's her GPA? What's her average? And she goes, well, she has like a 3.0, and I have a 4.0, right? And he goes, okay, well, how come you instead of saying that things about her, how come you don't help her out, right? You give her one point of your GPA, and that way both of you guys are the same, right? You both of you have 3.0s. And he goes, well, that's not fair. I bust my ass. I work very hard. I have a job. After I come home from work, I study till 4 a.m. and then I have to get up at 6 and go to school and this and this. And I'm like, and he goes, that's right. It's not fair. It's not fair for the ones that work extremely hard to pick up the slack for those that don't want to work hard.
Trudy, it's
not the way that the things should work. If you work hard, you will succeed. If you just slack off and do absolutely nothing, you're not going to succeed. You have to try hard, and and everything is not free. Nothing in this world is free. It's coming from somewhere. Like me, if I give away these hats, see, these hats weren't free. I had to pay for these things, but I am giving them away. So in a way, they're free for the people that are receiving it, but it's not. It came from something that I paid for.
Right.
You see, so nothing is free. Someone paid for it at some point, or someone is going to pay for it in the future, but it still have to be paid for. Same thing with college.
So, Trudy, somebody had to pay those teachers. Okay, it's not free. That's right. Paid for by tax. Boom, there you go.
Paid for by taxes, paid for by incentives, paid for by at some point in time it was paid for.
Money doesn't matter. It was free to the student, but somebody had to pay for it. Somebody ultimately had to pay for it. That's the point here. Nothing.
Hold on, Trudy. Let me ask you a question. If it was so perfect back in the 70s, then how come it didn't continue? Because it wasn't perfect. If it was perfect, it would still be around today. You know what I mean? Instead of today having free college, we have something where you get a student loan from the government, and then you have to pay back the government once you get a job.
Well, not only that, just even though it might have been free to the student at the time, eventually, when he got a job, she got a job, he was paying it back through taxes. Whether you like it or not, there's no such thing as free. It doesn't happen that way. So let me give a couple of shout outs. I saw a couple new folks in here. We got Sam Schutt. I hope I said that right. Joel Bellinger. And no, we are Borg. I'm not getting sick. I just had a little cough there. It happened.
Carolyn Hall says, this isn't a chat room. This is a think tank. That's awesome. I like that. Think tanks are awesome.
I like it. Well, Carolyn's been one of our longtime loyal listeners, and Trudy, we're glad you're here. We'll educate you. Don't worry.
Yeah, by all means, we're not here to insult you, right? As long as you're here civilly to talk about the issues, we're here to talk, right. And we're here to throw out, our opinion and stuff that we know, stuff that we researched, right? But in reality, I'm sorry, but in this world, absolutely nothing is free. Something comes from a source, and that source needs to have money in order to either run it or buy it or create it or something like that. But it is what it is. But
right, Trudy. Not everybody who went to one of those quote unquote free colleges either benefited back to society. It was a failed attempt. That's why Jimmy Carter lost his next election. Okay? Because that's what the 70s you're talking. I was alive then. I remember what went on. That's why I voted for Reagan. So trust me, nothing is free. And it doesn't, just because you got it free doesn't mean it's going to benefit anybody. And if you're talking about liberal arts, seriously, come on.
In reality, when it comes to college, are you going to appreciate it more if it's free?
No.
No. You're going to appreciate it more if you actually pay for it, if you actually worked extremely hard, by the time that you're done and by the time that you accomplished whatever you wanted to accomplish, you're going to appreciate it a million times more. Why? Because it was difficult to get, right?
Right.
It was difficult to get. It was difficult to achieve. By the time that you start paying it back and you do get a good job out of it, you're going to appreciate the hell out of it, knowing that it was hard to get to where you're at, but now you're where you want to be, and now you're starting to pay back, either the government or a student loan, however you got it. But getting stuff for free, like when it comes to college, it's not beneficial to you. If you're getting it for free, it's not beneficial to the rest of the people.
No, not at all.
And you're not going to do as well as if you're working really hard. You see what I'm saying?
Right. There's no incentive anymore.
Exactly.
The incentive.
Exactly. There's no incentive anymore.
Look, just because, so you're 65, what does that have to do with anything, Trudy? My mom's 96, so she never had any free college. Hopefully you'll live that long, Trudy.
See,
so anyway.
I didn't grow up in the 70s. I don't know exactly what went on or what happened. I couldn't even ask my parents because my dad was born in 1970 and my mom was born in 1969. So they didn't live through it either. I couldn't ask them. I could have possibly asked my grandma, but whatever, But, I'm pretty sure that at the time, it didn't work. And obviously, you look today, it didn't work.
No.
So... So, by coming out and saying, college should be free, if it didn't work in the 70s, it's definitely not going to work today.
No, because there's no way. And she says Paul Ryan didn't pay for his education. Well, that's pretty obvious.
If you have parents that make a pretty good amount of money, you're not going to pay for college either. Let me just put it that way.
So what? Another rhino. He's part of the problem. He's not part of the solution. I mean, he's playing nice now because he really doesn't have a lot of choice. Trust me. Yeah, they're saying you should wear the MAGA hat.
I should wear the MAGA hat. Yeah, it's over here. Oops. It's right here.
So it's your turn, right, Bo?
Yeah, I'll put it up right now. I have to get either the wooden heads or the other ones because it always falls over because it's styrofoam. But anyways, we're going to go to our next article here so we won't go too long, even though we enjoy the chat very much. But here we go. So in 5, 4, 3... Speaker Ryan gets staged horseback border tour from officials. Hello everyone, Jen here, Golden State Times, and today we have a news story. This one comes courtesy of Breitbart.com, and it says, House Speaker Paul Ryan paid a visit to the Texas-Mexico border where he has taken for a ride by a horse he could not control. Yeah, go figure. It says Border Patrol agents quickly controlled the horse that attempted to run off with Speaker Ryan and led him back to the group. It says the incident occurred as Ryan was receiving a staged border tour from U.S. Border Patrol officials. During part of the tour, Ryan mounted a horse without putting on a riding helmet, according to the criticism made by The Hill. It says, to get an up-close look at the border, shortly after mounting up, Ryan's horse appeared to take off with him, and the speaker seemed to not be able to control the trained patrol animal. 2 Border Patrol agents were seen riding to his rescue. The 2 agents controlled the horse and led the speaker back to the group. So this is a tweet by someone by the name of Brad Jaffe, and it says, alert, Paul Ryan on horse, pretty good. And he's basically making fun of him. If you'd like to check out the video, you can check the link in the description below. It will be on there. But yeah, it was definitely staged. I actually saw, maybe I didn't see the horse, taking off with him on it, but I did see the other footage and pictures that came out of him getting this tour. And yeah, it was definitely for votes in the future. I don't know if you can get reelected, but If he does, then that's what it was all for. It was just for him to get, what do they call that? For face. For face. It was just for that. But let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. And like always, like this video, share this video, and subscribe if you are new. Click the notification bell right next to the subscribe button so you can get a heads up when we go live or we upload any videos. Also, check out our international channel, Golden State Times International. Link in the description for all of your international news. And thank you very much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up and see you guys here next time. But until then, peace.
Right.
He was led by a rope?
That they were holding a rope with the horse? Is that what was going on?
No, he mounted the horse and the thing just took off. Here, let me play the video, see if the thing about it is that since maybe it'll work. Hold on. Let's see.
It'd be funny if they could put him on and the horse just took off and butted him off.
In Mexico, just beyond that. He's on boat. He's going and touring the Rio Grande with DPS, with Homeland Security and others. Moments before that, though, he was with Border Patrol on horseback. He got on and then he sort of went off by himself and did a little bit there on horse, and we were able to get that video. Earlier, he took an aerial tour of the Rio Grande Valley. This is his first time to this area.
I guess we got some folks leaving.
He landed here on a Blackhawk, a Border
for all you
Patrol
guys leaving, have a great night. Thanks for stopping by. Now here goes the video.
Then went on the boat. He's then going to go on to the McAllen Border Patrol station. We understand that there are some protesters who plan to meet him there, who are upset about Donald Trump's immigration policies.
There he goes.
We know from there he's going to take off. He's with a couple of other
fellow House soiling his pants right now.
He's one
oh
of
my
the
God!
Who
Somebody
have come
stop
here
it!
Recently, the governor of Texas came through here recently. Senator John Cornyn. You have Senator
maybe
Ted
he's a good
Cruz
horseback
just
rider.
several
You
days
never
ago,
know,
and others who plan to come in the coming days. So
that horse just
immigration,
took off,
a huge
dude. Like
focus in the spotlight
if he got
now.
spooked, that horse he's
His
like a demon. The horse just took off, He's glad that horse didn't kick him off his back. He would have thrown him like 50 feet off, but because Ryan is pretty thin, so he would have flown off that horse for like 50 feet. But instead, the horse just took off, and that's why they were saying that the Border Patrol agents went to his rescue, because that horse just darted off of that area, man. That's crazy.
He soiled himself that episode.
Have a good night, Trudy. Thanks
for stopping by, Trudy. Thanks for having a civil disagreement with us. We appreciate it.
Paul Ryan's wife is a Democrat lobbyist. Who is Ryan's wife? I never seen her. I never seen his wife.
He probably doesn't want you to see her and find that out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Here we go. Okay, so the next one is yours. Here we go. Okay. Who else is do we still have people here? Here we go. Here we go. We got Grumpy Troll still here. Kitty Kate. Have we said hi to Kitty Kate or no?
He should stick to the merry-go-round horses. Alyssa Corey said that.
That's awesome.
Very funny. All right, I'm ready when you are, man.
All right. Give me 1 second. The Black Hawk probably spooked him too.
Yeah, it could have. We'll give him a break.
Oh, man. Okay, anyway. So, here we go. Let me put up the next one real quick, and we'll go. The next one is the scientist one, just heads up.
Yep.
All right. So, we can start on that one. Just give me a second. I think there's video, so I'm going to have to pause it first, and then we can go.
Yep, whenever you're ready. Yes, usually I load them up and then I just mute them all in case they do run.
No, I know, but if you go to a different, thing and then go back, it plays the video all over again. So, all right.
Yeah.
So in 5, 4, 3, okay.
Scientists hold rally in Boston to protest threat to science. Good day, folks. This is Gorf from Golden State Times and Golden State Times International. This story is by the Associated Press via ABC News, Boston, February 19th, 2017. Scientists and environmentalists gathered at Copley Square in Boston on Sunday to protest President Trump's position on global warming. The rally to stand up for science was held outside the annual meeting of the American Association for the Advancement of Science and is one of the first major gatherings of scientists since the president's electoral victory in November. The scientists called on the president's administration to recognize evidence of global warming and to take action on other environmental issues. Jeffrey Suprin, a fellow at Harvard University and MIT, said that the protest is in response for what they label as anti-science rhetoric. Yeah, hello. Quote, "We're really trying to send a message today to Mr. Trump that America runs on science. Science is the backbone of our prosperity and progress." Mr. Trump, here we go again with the disrespect. Some of the protesters were criticizing the appointment of Scott Pruitt, who now heads the EPA, as Attorney General. Pruitt filed 14 lawsuits challenging EPA regulations. Pruitt expressed skepticism about scientific evidence, claiming that the planet is heating up and that humans are to blame. However, during his Senate confirmation hearing, Pruitt said he disagreed with statements made by President Trump and that global warming is a hoax. Okay, so he disagrees, and he had some lawsuits that might have been very valid lawsuits against the EPA. You know, the EPA, like most government agencies, tend to overreach, and that's why we have what's known in this country as checks and balances. So the EPA is not God. They're not perfect. They don't do everything right. And we need people who are willing to challenge them when they do stuff wrong. I don't know if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and click that notification bell. And if you want, just leave some comments down in the section below. You can look in the descriptions section. You'll see some links. You can buy the mug. You can donate. And we'd love to see you on our live streams and reports. This is Gorf signing off for Golden State Times and Golden State Times International. Have a great day.
Awesome. By the way, I think your bro is on the chat. I think someone was saying, "How's it going, Gorf's brother?"
Where's he at?
The name is Sam Shutt.
Sam Shutt?
Yeah. That's what it says.
Sam Shutt. I wonder where he got that name from. Hold on. Let me take a look.
Oh, by the way, Steel Belt Scream. The thing about it is that you put a period right next in between two words, so Nightbot thinks that you put up a link. So I apologize for that, but we use it for our streams, so just in case people put up actual links to different websites. But I apologize for that. It looks like Carolyn Hall is about to take off. Have a good night. Thank you for coming through and for joining us.
Love you, Carolyn. So I guess my brother's name tonight is Sam Shutt. And glad you're in the chat, bro. Please, by all means, feel free to comment. You know I do. He knows I never shut up. He's my older, smarter brother.
Welcome.
So, but science is a funny thing because the honest to God truth about science is science has never proven anything.
Well, science is ever changing.
Right.
It's never conclusive.
Science, and any good science would welcome opposition. And it's clear here these people are not welcoming any opposition because it's more of these people are proselytizing. They're preaching. This is religious. True scientists back in the day wouldn't do this stuff. They might argue, but you know what? They'd welcome the argument. It's what made science work.
Yeah.
Science is about experimentation, testing, observing, seeing that if it repeats, that if the conditions are the same, that it always does the same thing. But you never know when the conditions are going to change.
Absolutely.
And we have plenty of scientists out there who don't believe in this nonsense. Okay? Yeah, the Earth does warm up. That's what it does. You know, and then it cools off in the winter because it gets further away from the sun. And quite honestly, even if the Earth is warming up, what do you think anybody's going to do about it to stop it? Nothing. Do you realize that one volcano generates more pollution than anything man throughout the entire history of man has ever created? That's a fact.
Yeah.
So this is just, again, it's proselytizing. It's preaching. It's a religious. And look, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with having a belief system. It's like atheism. It's a belief system.
Oh, atheism in reality is a religion.
Right.
Because you're believing something, and as soon as you believe something, it's already a religion.
Yeah.
Coming from a spiritual standpoint.
Right.
Like around the world, there's like 5,000 or probably even more religions around the world. Right?
Yeah, and you can make anything a religion. You know, I'm a Christian, but I don't consider myself religious. I don't follow these crazy rituals. You know, I go to church on Sunday, but that's not what my Christianity means to me. My Christianity is a relationship with the all-powerful Almighty God through His Son Jesus Christ. That's my belief. That's my faith. That's what I try to live by. Am I perfect? Not even close, man. You can just ask my brother; he'll tell you. But you know, God knows who I am. He knows my heart. He understands who I am. He realizes that. That's what Jesus' blood was for, is to cover the sins that I couldn't, to pay for the debt that I wasn't able to.
Yeah, we're us as humans, we're complex creatures.
That's right.
We're, by no means is anybody in this world, no matter how religious you are, no matter how perfect you think you are, everybody is imperfect, and that's who we are, right? That's us. That's our personality, right? That makes us unique.
Now,
because we're just imperfect creatures. It's the way it is.
Sin brought us into this place where we are, and someday that's going to be all cleaned up if you believe what I believe, and that's what I believe. And I see just in life alone why the Bible is true. You might have your there's parables, and there's what's the other word I'm looking for, allegory in there, but God is that kind of a person. He sometimes uses stories and allegories to press a point. There's nothing wrong with that, and believe me, you can see it in the life around you that the Bible makes sense when you look at humanity. That's where you got to look for Christ in humanity, because then you'll see the truth of it. Oh, there's Reince in the house, and if my brother's still in the chat, I just wanted to say, hey guys, most of you don't know this, but my brother is in one of the most popular bands from the 60s, the Yardbirds. Go check out the Yardbirds. You'll see a lot of their videos on YouTube. You'll see him playing the bongos and the harmonica.
That's awesome.
And the percussion, and he was actually the lead singer of Ram Jam. I won't give his name, but if you do a little research, you could find him.
That's cool.
And also check out his other band, the Doughboys. Great music. I'm pretty sure you could still buy the CDs. Support them. If you like the old time rock and roll, you'll definitely like what they're doing. So look up the Yardbirds, the Doughboys, and if you can find it, some Ram Jam tunes. And I think you'll be very pleased with that music. I know we got some older folks in the chat that would like it.
Nice. I did not know that. Cool. I'll look into it too, bro. Don't worry.
Yeah, you'll dig it. It's good music, man.
Awesome. Now, when it comes to some people were saying I'm non-religious, I'm not Christian, whatever. That's fine. The thing about the atmosphere that we want to create here is if you believe, please let us know, or by all means, express yourself. If you do not believe in religion, express yourself too. Right, as long as you're not disrespecting anybody else's belief, anybody else's religion, you're more than welcome to express yourself here.
Right.
Because
See,
my wife is Catholic. I myself I'm considered agnostic. Why? I consider myself more of a researcher when it comes to religion. Right? There's a lot of stuff in religion that I don't understand, but because I do not understand, doesn't give me the right to disrespect and say, hey, you know what? Certain parts of religion is, God doesn't exist because of this, or God doesn't exist because of that, right? I can't insult it. I can ask questions to religious people and say, what do you think? Or, explain to me why certain things work that way, or why things are done that way. But, we do not want to say, hey, yeah, we only want religious people here. No, that's not what I want. I want people to come here and talk about different issues, religion, or whatever else you want. It doesn't matter what it is.
yeah. Look,
But just be civil about it. That's
right.
The only thing.
This is the whole point. If you come into the chat room and look, there's a large majority of our followers here that are believers. Okay, so when you come into the chat room as an atheist and say there is no God, that's a very disrespectful way of saying it. There's a better way to do it. Say, I don't believe there is a God. Okay,
because of this or because of that, right?
Right. That would be a more intellectually honest way to put it, because you could never prove there is no God. Okay, because you'd have to actually be God to do that. You'd have to be omnipotent, omnipresent, which means you'd have to be everywhere, all the time, all throughout time, which would basically make you exactly what God is. That's his attributes, or some of them anyway. Therefore, it's really a self-defeating argument to say it as a matter of fact. Okay. Now, granted, all religions have their warts. Nobody's arguing that. But you can look at mankind for that. Don't blame God for it. Okay. God just made the rules. It's man who screws them up more than anybody else.
Yeah, there's obviously in every single religion there is a bunch of wolves in sheep's clothing. It's just the way it is. But humans get corrupted really easily. But you can't blame that on religion 100%.
Look, I have
unless they are promoting that type of ideology, then that's when you get into a very difficult. And you get into a very difficult position, right? When some packs of religion start promoting stuff that the rest of the main core of that belief doesn't believe in, right? No, because there's some extreme parts of Christianity, right? When it comes to like Jehovah's Witness and all that stuff, there's some pretty crazy people, right? The Mormons. So,
to be honest with you, Jehovah's are really not Christians at all. They claim Christianity, but they pretty much deny the deity of Christ. Just read their book.
Oh, dude,
they don't believe Christ is God, and as a Christian, you're supposed to believe that. That's what and remember, here's the problem: when somebody has to rewrite that book, there's a problem right there.
Like the Saint, what is it called? St. James Bible.
Yeah, whatever they call it. I don't even know. I've never actually read the whole thing. I've read some passages in there, and I'm looking at it. It's like, why was this needed to be changed? Why do you have a problem with it?
Yeah.
After all these centuries and millennia, all of a sudden some guy shows up and decides, nah, this is not good enough. Time for a new book. That's considered a cult. Okay. So,
someone was talking about Scientology earlier on the chat. Scientology, Mormonism, all these things, they're not religions. See, they make religion look bad. They're cults. They're literally, it's a cult.
And let me tell you, I'll give one thing to the Jehovah's, they are not afraid to go spread their word. whether I
no.
agree with it. But that's like, to me, that's one thing I admire about them. They are absolutely amazing going door to door, which is, Jesus told you to go do that.
You know,
Us Christians don't tend to do that.
the
We do it in a different way. We actually, hold parties and picnics and stuff and try to get a bunch of people at once. But yeah, that's look, I'm not picking on anybody's beliefs. But let's not call it Christianity when you're actually denying who Christ is. To be a Christian, you have to believe that he is the Son of God. Okay, that he is he is God. In the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. It doesn't get any plainer than that.
Someone says, read the end of Revelations about adding and taking away from the book.
Right. So if you want to change the Word of God when he told you, woe to them that do, good luck, buddy. But I wouldn't want to be you on that day. Trust me.
My wife and I were having a conversation one day talking about religion, because we normally don't talk about it, because I don't want to say something that might, she might feel insulted by it or whatever, right?
Right.
Sometimes I don't word things correctly. But we were talking about it, and I told her, I'm like, you know what? Religion is between you and your creator. Okay, the religion is supposed to be about you and your belief, right? Religion was supposed to be about you talking to God.
Right.
Right. When you feel the need to talk to him, he's there.
Right.
Right. He's there to listen. He's not there to judge you. He's not there to talk down to you. He's just there to listen.
Right. He's not your genie that you rub the bottle and he comes out and gives you what you wish for.
Yeah. So I told him, when you want somebody to listen to you, and when you just need somebody to listen, talk to God. That's what I told her. You know what? Talk to God. He will listen to you. Right? He will make you feel better. He will put a thought into your head that you probably didn't think before, and that will make your day. Right? Don't go out and listen to these preachers, to these people, because sometimes they're corrupting you. Right?
Sometimes, because some of them have a different agenda.
Yeah.
They know what you're looking for, and they use that, for their own advantage.
Yeah.
Now, you can, and believe me, there's a lot of really good pastors out there all over the place.
Well, I'm sure there are. Yeah.
It's those you wish were on TV, because there's all too many that they kind of all right, this prosperity gospel. No.
Yeah, what do they call them?
Televangelist
or something?
And not all of them are bad. Some of them are great people, and I listen to some of them. But some of them are telling you, if you're going to be prosperous, God wants you to have all this money. Well, then how do you explain the apostles? They all got burned at stakes and stuff like that. They weren't rich. They were rich spiritually. They weren't rich physically. So you can't make that the Senate and all that stuff. That's all religious gobbledygook anyway. The whole point of Christianity is to have a relationship with God.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I tell my wife. I'm like, you know what? Don't listen to me.
Right.
Right. You can take in my criticism if you like, but don't listen to me. Right. I'm never gonna tell you that your religion is garbage. I can't do that. I'm not allowed to do that. I shouldn't do that. Right. Because that's just disrespectful. But what's it called? But I am going to have my criticism during some parts of religion, because I just don't agree with it, or I don't understand it. And that's the whole point of studying something, is because you do not understand it and you want to understand it, but you have to talk to people in order to get the bits and pieces and put the puzzle together, so you can finally say, oh, okay, I get it now. There's certain things from religion that I've talked to, to pastors and to ministers and stuff like that. And what's it called? And they got me to see certain things that I didn't get. But when I started putting the pieces together, I'm like, oh, okay, now I understand. Now I get it. Now I understand why, certain passages say certain things in the Bible, or certain things happen at certain times or whatever. But I always tell my wife that. I'm like, you know what, just, if you really need someone to listen. Yeah, I'm here, but if you want somebody else to listen to you, talk to God, and I'm pretty sure that He will find a way to let you know that everything is okay, or that blah blah blah. But that's always someone that she can rely on to listen.
Well, that's certainly part of the whole Christian thing, is that you bring your life to God and you put it in His hands and let Him guide you. But the bottom line is it's a relationship. Bada bing. And Robert Levy, welcome, brother. He was saying that he studies, the Watchtower, and there's nothing wrong with that. You should.
Awake, the Watchtower, all that stuff. Yeah, Awake is pretty cool because it shows a lot of people, not just religion, but they show them politics, they show them finance, they show them nature, all that stuff. So Awake is pretty cool. And,
it's not that I'm necessarily condoning it. What I'm saying is you want to look at some of that stuff and see where they're coming from, and then take the actual book and see what's actually said.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, don't take everything by face value. Always
go to the source.
Always go to the source. Exactly.
The original source, and see. Hey, wait a minute. This ain't jiving with this. Because. Yeah, it's like Elizabeth England said it right. The Bible is a spiritual book. It's not just a physical cover with pages in it. There's a spirit in there, the Spirit of God in His Word, and that's why He says in the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. You're actually you're holding the essence of God in that book. Again, this is a faith-based statement, okay? And this is what you have to take it as, a faith-based statement. I cannot pull God out of the sky and say, hey, here He is. But to me, there's plenty of evidence around you, the symbiotic relationships of nature. You're not going to sit here and tell me that this just happened by, happenstance and random chance. Don't work that way.
Yep.
I guess my brother's leaving.
He's like, I'm out. We're just gonna go to the next one. At the end, Gorf will do the honorable mention of the Trump Tower thing.
Yeah.
But we'll just go to the next article here, and you guys are gonna want to see this. This is the one that is really critical, and it barely came out just a few hours ago. So here we go. 5, 4, 3. White House bars the Times and other news outlets from the press briefings. Hello everyone, Jen here, Golden State Times, and today we have a news story. This one comes courtesy of the New York Times, actually. And it says, journalists from the New York Times and several other news organizations were prohibited from attending a briefing by President Trump's press secretary on Friday. A highly unusual breach of relations between the White House and its press corps. Reporters from the Times, BuzzFeed News, CNN, and the LA Times and Politico were not allowed to enter the West Wing office of the press secretary, Sean M. Spicer, for the scheduled briefing. Aides to Mr. Spicer only allowed in reporters from handpicked groups of news organizations that the White House said has been previously confirmed. The news organizations included Breitbart News, the One America News Network, and the Washington Times, all with conservative leanings. Journalists from ABC, CBS, the Wall Street Journal, Bloomberg, and Fox News also attended. Reporters from Time Magazine and the Associated Press, who were set to be allowed in, chose not to attend the briefing in protest of the White House's actions. It says that nothing like this has ever happened at the White House in our history of covering multiple administrations and different parties. It says that the executive editor of the Times said in a statement. He went on to say, quote, "We strongly protest the exclusion of the New York Times and other news organizations. Free media access to transparent government is obviously of crucial national interest." The White House Correspondents Association, which represents the press corps, quickly rebuked the White House's actions. And it says that the WHCA board is protesting strongly against how today's gaggle is being handled by the White House. The association president, Jeff Mason, said in a statement, quote, "We encourage the organizations that were allowed in to share the material with others in the press corps who were not. The board will be discussing this further with White House staff." So it couldn't come soon enough. The New York Times needed to get booted off since the very beginning. They do nothing but do hit pieces, slander, hit pieces, lie, and lie, and lie again about President Trump. They're the opposition party, along with CNN, along with BuzzFeed, which I always thought that BuzzFeed was kind of like People Magazine, to be honest. I don't know who could take BuzzFeed seriously when it comes to politics. BuzzFeed is like The Onion, but I guess they had somehow press passes. Who else was on there? Oh, the LA Times. Go figure. They're probably worse or the same as the New York Times. But I'm actually glad that Press Secretary Sean Spicer stood up and said, you know what, we're kicking these guys out because they're just taking up space. They're not doing anything productive. They're not here to listen. They're just here to do gotcha questions. They're just here to slander, and they're just here to deceive and switch the narrative around and fit it their own agenda. And it was time for them to go. And I hope that this is permanent. That way, it can be a lot more productive press briefings than just these lying media asking about Russia every single chance that can possibly get. But let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. And like always, like this video, share this video, subscribe if you are new, hit the notification bell so you can get heads up when we go live. And also check out our other channel, Golden State Times International, for all of your international news and also streams. Thank you very much for watching. See you guys soon. Peace. But yeah,
make room for new blood here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, make room for new organizations. But one thing, there was no press briefing today. Today's Friday, right?
Right.
There was no press briefing today. What the hell is the New York Times talking about?
Well, it's the New York Times.
There was no press briefing. I was waiting all day, looking at the White House, looking at the president's schedule. There was no press briefing today, so I don't know what the heck these guys are talking about. I don't understand.
A grumpy troll. The new name is WazFeed. Good one, Grump. I mean, it's like these senators. They've been there too long. It's time to move them out. New blood. Come on, let's do it with the media too. That's what we're here for. Let's get some shout outs here, bro. I got who else we got? We got Fadi Abouzi, 1994 Ranger, Nighthawk. We have Truth Recon. What else we got? I did say Weenus. Yeah, we got Weenus before. I think that's about it. Oh, Little Borgie's leaving. Night, Borg. Glad you came by. Top Keck is in the house. Top Keck. What is with this newfound religion? Well, actually, it's an old religion.
Yeah, it's actually from the Egyptian era. Yeah. I just checked multiple sources. There was no press briefing today. What the hell? I even checked Breitbart, which, according to the New York Times, they were the ones that were allowed in. Nothing. I checked ABC. I checked different sources that I have. Insiders from the White House. Nothing. There was no press briefing today. These guys are liars, and that's the reason why they got kicked the hell out of the press briefings, because they lie just like this. It makes no damn sense.
More fake news. We got Captain Caveman 4201 in the house. But yeah, no, none of this should surprise anybody. I mean, that story is dated for today, right?
Yeah, it came out like hours ago. Like right before we started the stream. It came out half an hour before we started the stream right now.
It's unbelievable, man. Well, no, it's not unbelievable. It's very believable because this is what they've been doing forever. Very, typical.
Roosevelt says, Jen, it was a gaggle for the alternative media.
Possible. Maybe it's something he said, but I don't think it was
I don't think it was a press. I think what it was like a
statement.
Meeting at his office. I don't think it was an actual press briefing at the press at the briefing room. Because like I said, I checked multiple sources. Everybody was waiting. And the other thing too that kind of was weird today, the president he filmed his weekly address at 10:45 a.m. because I get an email from my sources in the White House of the president's schedule for the day, and he was supposed to film his weekly address at 10:45 a.m. and upload it by around noon, to the White House.
Yep.
And it didn't happen either. So I really don't know what in the world happened today regarding both his weekly address and the press briefing. So I don't know.
Yeah, it was probably just a statement he made in his office or something, if it even happened. More fake news. But we have Regina M in the house. She says CNN are crybabies. Yes, they are. They are. There's so much losing. Turn that around for them. Yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah, and the thing about it is that, when it comes to, let's say, someone like us, we're hoping that in the next 4 years we grow enough so we can actually, have an office in D.C. because that's one of the pre-requirements for you to get a hard pass at the White House. So I hope that in the next few years we grow enough so we can do that and apply for a hard pass at the White House, get somebody awesome out there and to ask the real questions. The real questions that American wants to know, the real questions that need to be answered, not just, gotcha questions like the New York Times and LA Times and BuzzFeed and all those other guys keep asking. The one that seriously needs to get kicked out is the person from, what's her name? April? Is that her name? The one that asked if President Trump was going to reach out to the Black Caucus.
Oh yeah.
I think that's her name.
Well, she got a pretty shocking response, didn't she?
She wasn't ready. Like literally, like I put the title of that video that I uploaded a while back. She wasn't ready, and she literally wasn't.
Yeah, let's sit down, set it up, idiot.
It says, Gent from Vegas, dude, press Google. A press gaggle is an information briefing by the White House press secretary, which is on the record, but this allows videography. Oh, okay. So I guess it's just for print. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh. By the way, I'm getting really close. Actually, I haven't even told Gorf this, which is kind of bad, but sorry about that, Gorf. I am in the process. I am in the process of making the Golden State Times website live. For right now, it's just a landing page, but I'm working very hard throughout the whole night, getting it ready, getting it polished, and I'm hoping that the website is going to be awesome. There's going to be a lot of content that's just going to be for the website itself. And I'm just getting it ready, and all news and stuff like that is all going to be there. The president's schedule is going to be there every single morning, so you guys can be informed of what he's doing at what times. And the live stream feed is going to be on there too. And just in case you guys want to stay up to date on everything that's going on, or everything that Golden State Times is doing, like let's say if we're going to start a new show or someone's going to join the team or whatever, all that information is going to be on there too. So I'm getting really close to making the landing page go live, but the main website is probably not going to debut until like the late summer or probably early fall. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah. Sounds good, man. We got Purple Kush in the house. Where you been, man? We've been here for a while, bro. What up with that? Now, he's probably modding in a few other spots.
That's cool.
Yep, so we know that Purple works hard in other chat rooms. But yeah, that's good to know that we're getting that site moving.
Oh yeah. That's another thing that I wanted to talk about. Emma 3010 says, Jen, can we send you tips? Absolutely. We're actually going to. I wanted to keep it a secret for a while, but I think I can say it. I want to create something that is kind of like a citizen reporter, right? If you are in a place where something is going down, something that you guys might think will be pretty good to report on, you report it, you send it to us. If we use it, we'll send you guys a prize or however we can make a deal. And then we can, credit you that you were the one that send us the information, and we'll put it up on our website. And if it's good, if it's really, really good and something that the country needs to see, then we will put it up on our channel. So
yeah, keep that cell phone and that camera ready because you never know.
Yeah, absolutely. That camera could potentially break news, and we want people in different places of the country to send us your footage or stuff like that. It's always a good thing. That's the best way to do the news is by having the people report it, because that way there's no bias, no nothing. It's just straight news.
Yep. Well, like they say in the movies, we'll make you famous.
We'll make you famous. Yeah. So citizen reporter, I'm going to try to find a way, the best way to do it. The best way you guys can send it to us without, your information and, getting leaked or anything, in case you want to stay anonymous. And the best, the way for us to repay you or to credit you or to give you guys a prize or whatever, if we end up using the footage. So stay tuned for that, because I think that's going to be a pretty cool new way of information.
Yeah, it'd be nice. That's now for all you folks that are overseas, you can send it to Golden State Times International so I can cover it for you. We'll get it to the right place. So even if you send it to the mother channel, which is Golden State Times, period. But we'll get it out there. If we feel it's newsworthy, it'll definitely 5 minutes. That's actually too long. No, 2 minutes of fame. No. If it goes 5 minutes, it sometimes goes longer than that. We try not to make the reports too long because you don't want to bore the hell out of people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like our usually our videos are from 3 minutes to tops maybe 6 if it's something that has a lot of information in it, or if I'm doing like multiple sources of one story, then it'll go a little bit long. But usually it stays between 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It says, you mean the Snowflake Awards USA? The Snowflake Awards, guys, I'm really trying to get a hold of the executive producer. I was talking to him at the very beginning. Thank you very much, Cries for Hawk, for your donation. Thank you. I'm really trying to get a hold of the executive producer of the Snowflake Awards. I was talking to him at the beginning of the week, but he's been very busy. He hasn't gotten back to me. I want to get the rights or the permission to stream it on YouTube. And the Snowflake Awards, I think it's an awesome concept, and I really want to be a part of it. But I keep emailing him. I keep, tweeting at them. So, guys, if you guys have Twitter, go to @Snowflake Awards or the Snowflake Awards, one of those two, and say, you know what, Golden State Times needs to cover it. Just say something like that. And in what's it called? Hopefully that they will contact us, because he says that the last thing I talked to him about was covering it. And he said, yeah, it's a good idea, but I need to talk to my team. And since then, I haven't heard anything from him. So if you guys have Twitter, go to the Snowflake Awards Twitter account and say, you know what, you guys should let Golden State Times cover it. We want to see it on YouTube. And because right now they're just covering it on their website and on Facebook. They're not doing YouTube, which I think is a huge mistake.
Yeah.
So we want to cover it for them here on at Golden State Times.
Yeah, go push us, guys.
Yeah,
Rolling
go
beat in
help
the
us
house.
out, guys. Help us out. Get the word out there and let the executive producer of the Snowflake Awards know that Golden State Times is here for them, and we wanna be a part of it, which is awesome.
Yes, we got Roland B in the house. How you doing, Roland? Good to see you back. So, you want to get on to this?
Yeah, this is the last one, I think.
What do we want to do? The
We're doing the Gateway Pundit one.
right. Okay.
Got it?
Yeah, I'm going to make this short and sweet.
All right.
Just give the
5, 4, 3. Okay.
Hold on. Sorry, I had to clear my throat, man. All right. 5, 4. White House grants press credentials to a pro-Trump blog. Good day, folks. This is Gorf from Golden State Times and Golden State Times International. And today, the White House granted a press pass to the Gateway Pundit, a provocative conservative blog. Gave notice last year for its fervent pro-Trump coverage and its penchant for promoting false rumors about voter fraud and Hillary Clinton health that rocketed around right-wing websites. Now, the site will report on politics from a prominent perch, the White House. The Trump administration has granted press credentials to Lucien B. Wintrich, the Washington correspondent for Gateway Pundit, to attend White House press briefings and ask questions of the press secretary, Sean Spicer. Mr. Wintrich, an artist and a writer who has collaborated with Milo Yiannopoulos, the popular editor at Breitbart News, attended President Trump's news conference with the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau on Monday. He was joined by the owner of Gateway Pundit, Jim Hoft, who posted on Twitter, President Trump just spoke about tossing criminal migrants, and I want to stand up and cheer. And in a telephone interview from the West Wing, Wintrich, 28, said he would be reporting far more fairly than a lot of very left-wing outlets that are currently occupying the briefing room. He added, there will be doing little trolling of the media in general here. Asked what kind of trolling his fellow White House correspondents might want to prepare for, Mr. Wintrich paused. I don't want to give too much away, he said. We have some pretty solid stuff planned. Bloggers and pundits have granted access to the White House briefings in previous administrations, and Mr. Spicer in recent weeks have taken questions from conservative talk radio hosts and reporters at local broadcast affiliates. But the inclusion of Gateway Pundit raised concerns that Trump administration, which has called the news media the opposition party, is favoring outlets more sympathetic to its views. So essentially, it just goes on to say, that they're going to grant some press rights here to the Gateway Pundit. Congratulations, Gateway Pundit. It's good to have some new blood in there. You want to read the article, just pop over to the link. The story is from the New York Business Day, and it's on February 13th, 2017, which is kind of interesting. It's a contrasting story to the fact that Sean Spicer essentially threw a couple of the news organizations out. It's about time. And if you like this story, please comment in the links below, in the comment section below, and look at the links in the description. You can buy a mug, you can donate, and you can follow us. Click that like, the subscribe, and that notification bell for more live streams and stories and uploads. And this is Gorf signing out for Golden State Times and Golden State Times International. Have a great day.
Awesome. But yeah, so yeah, Gateway and Pundit, I'm actually glad that they actually got the ability to go in there and ask some real questions. I don't think as of yet they have been able to ask anything, but I'm pretty sure that when they do ask, their questions are going to be pretty good because they're there to ask questions that the readers and Americans want to know, which is good. Which is good stuff. And the more they kick out the mainstream media, the more alternative news is going to be in there. I don't know if you noticed today at CPAC, Breitbart was like right in center of the whole thing. The senior editor was there for Breitbart. Who else? The people that are running it. The new CEO was there today. The correspondent for the UK was there. Correspondent for Texas was there. So Breitbart is like the biggest new up and comer when it comes to news, and it's going to go up to the same at the same par as the mainstream media pretty soon, I'm sure. Pretty much by the end of the first President Trump term, and getting ready for his second term, Breitbart's going to be pretty big. I'm sure of it.
Yep. So for all you Canadian folks in the chat room, this next story is just a quick little honorary mention. We got a mayor up in Vancouver complaining about the Trump Towers that was just recently opening there. Complaining about, it's too glitzy and it doesn't, match the values of Canada. And I kind of think that some Canadians, Canucks, would disagree with that. I'm sure some of you folks up there like a little glitz and a little, prestige. And looks like Donald Trump's bringing that to you guys, too. So you want to read that article? It's also at Breitbart. And that was today, February 24th. Trump Tower opens in Vancouver, but the welcome isn't warm. You want to check out that story, by all means. And I think some of you will like that.
Yeah,
but here we go again. People. Go ahead, man.
Oh, sorry. Eric and Don Jr. are doing a very good job continuing the business, and they're really smart dudes. They're really smart guys, and this is just the beginning. The Trump Towers are going to pop up everywhere, because I know that they're having they have already a Trump golf course in Dubai, but I heard that they're going to make a huge building in Dubai soon too. So.
Right.
So they're going to pop up everywhere. As of right now, they're all over the world, but it's only going to get bigger.
We got Honest Pakistani in the house.
Hey, how's it going, brother? Is this the real one, or is this
Yeah.
Let us know if you're the real one, Honest.
People like to clone him.
Yeah, people like to clone him.
I think he's the right one. There's ways to find out. We have ways of finding out. Hold on, I'll tell you right now.
If it were a gold-covered mosque, they would say nothing. Yeah, I know. That's
right.
There's a lot of footage of what's his name, Trudeau, at mosques, like sitting with in between a whole bunch of Muslims eating like their food and stuff. I don't know if it's just a photo ops, trying to push his re-election if he does have any, but there's tons of footage of that, and he gets criticized all the time over it, but it's true.
Yeah, it looks like that looks like the real Pakistani. Good to have you, bro. Now, a couple people I didn't see in the chat tonight. I didn't see Joy Stewart. I didn't see Jörg Rove. Didn't see Vonnie. They're lurking back there. They usually pop out. We got, yeah, that's it. I mean,
Trudeau is cuckism 101 in action. Cuckism.
No, it's good to see that Trump's making inroads all over the place because, he's gonna change not just America, but how things are done all around the world, and for the better for everybody. Because he likes to make deals that benefit everyone.
Trudeau is a piece of shit. Yeah. Good thing I'm not Canadian. Good thing I'm not in Canada. So I feel sorry for you guys. But I heard that you guys have a Trump out there. Make sure to get him elected in, and you guys can share the joy of actually having someone that knows what he's doing in office compared to someone that's just a politician and trying to going around kissing babies.
Yeah, that was from Mr. Red Rocket 42. Who was in the house.
What do you think about Kevin O'Leary? Who's Kevin O'Leary?
Remind us.
Yeah, remind me who Kevin O'Leary is. It's real quick, DM Daniel. It says nationalism is rising worldwide. A lot of people, some people criticized me when I went on stream for the first time, and I said, you know what, this channel, not this chat, but this channel, this network, moderators, people that help us score for everybody, we're all 100% American. We all stream from here in the United States. And people are criticizing, saying that patriotism shouldn't be too important. It is important.
Yeah.
It's 100% important.
And there's nothing.
You root for your football, hockey, whatever is team. Why the hell would you not root for your country?
Right,
you know?
the place of your house, man.
It's the place you were born in, the place you live, the place you're going to die, you know?
It's highly illogical, Captain.
So, you should be, patriotism is very, very important.
Yeah, it has to be.
It has to be, because that they do it all over the world. Why can't we do it here in the United States?
A house divided cannot stand.
I'm 100. I feel like the luckiest person in the world being born in the United States of America. So why shouldn't everybody else that was born here feel that same way too? It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. You were born here. Like, we're probably the luckiest people in the world. In contrast to all the third world countries all over the place.
Right.
Especially how things are going now, like in Europe and stuff. We're extremely lucky.
Well, Kevin O'Leary is the Trump of Canada, apparently.
Oh, okay. That's his name?
Yeah, that's probably the guy you were talking about.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the guy I was talking about, yeah.
And that's cool. Hopefully, if he's that good, that you guys will get him in office, and we can make some really good deals.
It says PC is cultural Marxism.
Yeah.
James Okeefe is Veritas Project.
Well, political correctness is really as hypocritical as you can get, because the same people who cry about it are the ones who are the least politically correct by their own definition.
Yeah.
Because by being so-called tolerant to these groups that you don't think people are tolerant to, you're automatically kind of like not being tolerant to other groups. People have a right to their opinion. You may not agree with their opinion. There's a lot of opinions out there I don't like. Opinions are like, you know what, you're a-hole. Everybody's got one. And, if you don't like it, change the channel.
Yeah, absolutely. Mr. Red Rocket 42 says Canada supports Golden State Times in the USA. Thank you very much for your support, brother. I hope that it goes better in your country, because you guys are our neighbors up north. If it goes bad with you, it can ripple down here too, and we want everybody to do good, right? We don't want anybody to be doing bad. But at the same time, you and the Canadian people need to stand up and say, hey, you know what? You're running this country to the ground. It needs to be stopped. Well,
honest Pakistani, that's very good to hear. That just 2 more years and you'll be a real, live, official American. And you couldn't have picked a better time, bro.
This is so lucky to be in America. After 2 years, I will become an American. That's good. Good stuff.
Good time.
We want more people to come to the United States. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with coming from other country. We respect, migrants coming from other places, coming to the United States and getting a taste of freedom, right? But we want everybody to come here the honest way.
Do it right.
Do it right. That's it. That's all we want, right? We want you to be protected just like any other American. And, it's an awesome thing. It's an awesome thing to see people getting sworn in as Americans. I had a friend. He's from Cambodia, right? He came here on a visa, and he loved America. And then he said, you know what, I want to stay. So he spent thousands of dollars, hiring a lawyer, going to court, getting his day in court with the immigration judge. And he ended up getting a worker's permit first, right? He got that the time that it was supposed to be. Then he went and he got his green card. After he got his green card, he worked really hard. He became a U.S. citizen. And then he went to go get his family, his son and his wife.
That's right. You can do it.
It can be done. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's not impossible. Nothing in this world is impossible. Things just take time, take money, because that's the way that things are. But he became an American 100%, and now he loves America. He loves America because they gave him the chance. He loves America because it allowed him to be to have enough success for him to bring his family over. And now he has 2-3 kids here in the United States. Him and his wife are living nicely, and he has a good job. He gets paid well. He used to be a former when I used to work at my prior job, he was my employee. And smart guy, extremely smart guy. And, I wished him nothing but the best when I left. And I told him that he did a very good job becoming an American, and that I congratulated him. And I told him, you know what, don't take it for granted.
Well, you know what it is? It's, all we ask as Americans is if you want to be part of this country, just keep it real. Don't be a burden to the people who have to wait online, because it's not just us you're being a burden to. All those people that are waiting online to get in, you're going to be a burden on them too if you come through the back door expecting free handouts. And let's be honest, very rarely do you see too many people appreciate you guys getting away with that kind of stuff. If you're illegal here, fix it. Okay, go do the right thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
I think that if you say, you know what, I did come here illegally, I'm coming to turn myself in, I'm pretty sure that they're going to be lenient on you and not completely, struck their hammer down on you. They're going to say, you know what, go back, right? Start the paperwork, whatever's going to take 5 years. You can't come back within 5 years. Within those 5 years, you can work very hard and try your best to get, the process running. And if you are already married here, if somehow you got married in the United States and you were an illegal alien and you turn yourself in, you go to another country, you wait 5 years, your wife can potentially apply for you to get you back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But do the right thing.
Yeah.
Do the right thing and say, hey, you know what? Yeah, I did make a mistake, right? Because people make mistakes all the time. Say, you know what? I made a mistake. I'm coming to turn myself in. And I came here illegally, but I want to do it the right way. I want to become an American. I'm pretty sure someone in INS or someone in ICE will help you. Because we're not inhuman. We're not bad people. we just want you to follow the law.
We understand why you want to be here. We understand. That's why we love our country, because it is the greatest country in the world.
I'm 100% sure that if I was a foreigner, like I was born in another country, I would have 100% said, you know what, I want to become an American.
Yep.
Because it is just the way it is. Like I've asked certain people that I've worked with in the past, and they were either Mexican nationals or Filipino nationals or from other countries, and I asked them why. What do people in your country say about the United States? And they go, well, it's a dream of theirs to come here. Either to live here or to come as a what's it called, as a trip, as a vacation, but to come here at least once in their lifetime. So, and a lot of people take the United States for granted. Like those people that you say that are like you see that are flag burning and cussing America and doing all this stuff. They're taking the country for granted. A lot of people will kill and die to be in their place.
Right. Well, I mean, Gabe Moon says they're going to deport you if you turn yourself in. But you know what? You broke the law getting here.
They're going to deport you no matter what. It's just a matter of them catching you.
There's people who have tried to apply for this country that have been turned down for whatever reason.
Yeah.
How is it fair to them that you sneak through the back door and get away with it? It ain't right, baby. Ain't right.
There's some people that are in the waiting list and have been in the waiting list for years, and they're still trying very hard year after year trying to get back in or trying to get in.
Yeah.
So it's not fair to them. It's not fair. Put it this way. Would you allow someone to cut in front of you in a line that you have already been waiting for hours? No, you will be pissed. And not only you, the people behind you will be pissed for someone to just come in and break the line and get in front of you.
It may very well happen that way, Gabe Moon, but you never know. Let's see what happens.
Gabe Moon says, I don't know, personally seems that would happen. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Well, that they'd get deported.
Oh, yeah, of course they're going to get deported. Of course, the thing
That's the law.
the thing that I was saying was, what, if you turn yourself in, they'll be a little bit more lenient with you.
They might
They
even
will
help you
not
find
ban
the way
you for
here.
over 10 years if you turn yourself in. They'll probably ban you for 5 or maybe even less, and say,
Right.
what, if you do it the right way, you're going to come back as an American.
They might
I,
even give they
I
might even give you a way to help you to get here quicker. Who knows?
to be
But
honest with you, I know someone that I used to work with, right? And he said that his dad was an illegal from I forgot what country in Central America, South America, something like that. And he said that one day he did the right thing and he turned himself in. Okay,
yeah,
they were lenient with him and said, what, since you turned yourself in and we didn't have to go hunting for you, we didn't have to spend any funds on you, you can voluntarily leave the country, right? Apply and come back. Okay. So he voluntarily left the country. Yeah, he booked his plane. He left to the country. He applied in his country of origin. And somehow they got in contact with the person that he talked to here in the United States that told him to leave. They
right.
did, they did some work. They got some lawyers going, blah, blah, blah. By the time that he was allowed back in, he was coming in with the green card.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to say is that, it does work out. And then 5 years after he got his green card, he became an American.
There you go.
So, and then once he becomes an American, that's it. He doesn't have to worry about anything for the rest of his life other than, than his career or whatever he's doing. But,
Just
but
doing his thing. Yeah.
legally, he's allowed to do, he has the same rights as everybody else now.
Sure.
You know. But yeah, brother, so it's almost 10 here. So
The candle is almost burned full, bro.
yeah, absolutely.
No, but yeah, no. So we want to thank everybody for showing up. Always great to have you folks here. If you haven't already, please subscribe and like if you're so inclined. Don't be afraid to donate if you're so inclined. Look in the descriptions at the links. Some interesting stuff there. We love having you guys. We'll be back next Friday night. And just keep watching us here. Tell everybody you can. And once again, it's been a pleasure bringing you the news.
Yeah, guys, thank you very much. Real quick, Drag Shoes 86 says, if you report yourself in or you turn yourself in, you save many prosecution charges. Judge Napolitano said it costs an average of $250,000 to process an illegal in court. Thus, they will have more open. They'll be more open to letting you in later. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. And you can also hit the lottery, and them actually just holding you while while they process your stuff, and then you might come out with a maybe not a green card, but a working permit. So.
Well, we got E. Richards showing up, but it is we're kind of closing the show. But we're glad you popped in. You could always watch this once it's uploaded.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's it take, about 15, 20 minutes to upload?
Something that lasts for 4 hours. It'll take a little while, but give it a good hour, maybe, or maybe tomorrow morning when you guys wake up, you guys can definitely check it out.
Yeah, if you just popped in and you want to hear the whole show, go to bed, get some sleep, and then you'll be fresh to listen through the whole thing if you're so able to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, guys, have a good night, good evening, good morning, depending where you're at. Have a good weekend. I hope that you guys stay tuned. If you guys missed any parts of this, it will be uploaded by individual videos. So, just stay tuned for that. And if there's any streams Saturday, if there's any streams Sunday, you guys, more than sure it will be streamed here. So, don't worry. We'll go live in case anything comes up. And I hope to see you guys here next Friday, like my brother Gorf here said. And yeah, guys, thank you very much. Hope to see you guys.
And don't be afraid to hang out in the chat room longer if you want until YouTube finally shuts it down once we shut it down. But usually it's up for a few minutes afterwards.
Yeah. YouTube usually shuts it down after like 5-10 minutes.
So,
all right, guys.
Again, thank you, folks. God bless and good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got the best chat, the best tunes, the best mods, and the best in honest news. Be sure to like and subscribe and click that notification bell for updates, events, and alerts at Golden State Times. Trolls need not apply. This was a Golden State Times live stream.